Hi and welcome to the Drupal course. In this video, I'm going to give you a very quick overview of what you are going to learn in this course. In this course, at this moment, we have total of 8 sections and the content is around 3 hours and 9 minutes, but this will change because I plan on adding more videos, more sections to this course. Okay, so the first section that we have here is called Introduction to Drupal, and in this section you are going to learn about what is Drupal and why should you use Drupal and not other content management system. And once you are done with this introduction, we will dive deep into how you can set up Drupal on your machine. In this section you will learn about localhost, and then we are going to install a localhost called XAMPP, and then we are going to solve some error. Once you are done with that, you are going to learn how you can install Drupal on your machine, and then I will give you a very quick tour of Drupal, and then I will explain all the options in the admin toolbar. And once you are done with this overview, with this setting up Drupal, we are going to dive deep into the content creation part. Content creation is an extremely important, and that is why we are going to learn a lot about content creation in this section. In this section, we will start off with learning about basic page, how you can add a basic page, and then we will learn about how you can add an article. In this section, you will also learn about the difference between a basic page and an article, because these two content type are really different and they are used at different times. So we are going to learn about the difference between the basic page and the article, and when should you be using a basic page and when should you be creating an article. Once you are done with this concept, we are going to dive deep into revision and how we can track all the updates that we are making into our content, and then we will learn about how you can use images downloaded from Google in your website, because if you use any image from Google, then you will get into some copyright trouble, and I am going to fix that in a particular lesson. And then we are going to learn about text formatting, and once we are done with this content creation, I am going to show you how you can create a new user and how you can assign it different roles and how you can assign that user different permission. And we are going to talk about all these user management stuff in the user management section. This section is extremely important because if you want to add some more people to work on your website, then you need to know how you can create a new user and how you can assign some permission to it. So we are going to cover all of that in this user management section, and then we are going to dive deep into block. Now every single thing in Drupal is a block, and using block you can control your layout. So in this section we will first understand the very basics of block, and then we will understand how you can control your layout using block. And once we are done with controlling the layout, we are going to understand the URL alias and how you can edit your menu and how you can create and display your menu in a particular location in your website. And then we are going to dive deep into modules. So we are going to learn what is a module, what are the different ways to install a module, and then we are going to learn about two particular modules. In this section you will learn about the path auto module, which you can use to automatically generate URL alias for your content. So in this section you will learn about how you can automate the URL alias part, so that you don't have to manually create URL alias whenever you are creating a piece of content. And once we are done with the path auto module that will automate our URL, we are going to dive deep into the contact form. You will learn about how you can create a contact form and how you can customize that contact form. And after that you are going to learn about what is a theme and how you can change the design of your website using different themes. And then we are going to dive deep into content type, and in this section you will really understand how Drupal is different from other content management system. This section is extremely important because in this section you will understand and you will learn the power, the real power of Drupal. In this section I will explain you what are content types, and I will also show you how you can create your own custom content type. And then we are going to add some field to that content type. We are going to make sure that this content type looks really good on the backend and it looks really good to the user who is viewing our website. And I will also give you an assignment, and then I will also show you how you can solve that assignment. So this is the content of this course as of now. Now the difference between this course and other courses is that I plan on adding new videos every 3 months. So in 3 months from now, you will get a massive update. I will add 2-3 sections to this course. So if you have any suggestion, if you want me to cover some topics for you, just let me know in the discussion section below and I will do that for you. Okay, and if you guys have any question anytime in any video lesson in this course, just drop your question in the discussion section below and I promise to help you out. Alright, so this was a very quick overview of this course. If you guys want to see some more content, if you guys want me to cover some new topics, just let me know and I will do that. Alright, so that's it for this video and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to the very first lesson of this course. In this video lesson, we are going to learn about what Drupal exactly is. So to learn Drupal, let us go back to the year 2000 and hear the story of John. John was a business owner in the year 2000 and John wanted to build a website for his business. Now, because this was the year 2000, John had only two options. The first option was to hire developers, but the problem with this option was that hiring developers requires lots of money. Developers charge hundreds and thousands of dollars for building a website, so this was a big problem. The second option for John was to learn how to code himself, but the problem with this option was that learning to code requires lots of time. It may take 3 months, it may take 6 months, or it may take even a year. So that was a big problem because John is a business owner. He has to spend his time on expanding his business. He cannot spend time in learning how to code. Fortunately, we are not John and we are not living in the year 2000. We are living in a time when we don't have to learn to code to build our website. We are not living in the time when we have to hire developers to build a website for us. We are living in the time where we have software such as Drupal that will allow us to build our website without knowing to code. So now let us go ahead and learn what Drupal is. Drupal is a free web content management system used for building web application. Well, before we understand Drupal now, let us first understand what is this content management system. So what is a content management system? Well, a content management system, or short form CMS, is a software that allows you to build and manage a website without knowing to code. So it is a special kind of software using which you can build your website even if you don't know how to code. And the benefit of using a CMS software is that with CMS, you don't need to learn to code. You don't need to know how to connect to a database. So connecting to a database is a really big task, and if you get it wrong, then your website will not function properly. But with CMS software, you don't really have to know, or you don't have to learn how to connect to a database. You don't need to know how to save data and how to read data from the database. You don't need to know how to manage login. You don't need to know how users will log in into your website. You don't need to know how users will register on your website. You don't have to worry about website security. You only have to focus on your content. So what is a content management system? Well, a content management system is a special kind of software that will manage all of these big tasks on the backend so that you can focus on writing amazing content and presenting them on your website. In the market today, we have lots of content management system. We have Drupal, we have WordPress, we have Joomla. And in this course, we are going to learn about the most amazing content management system called Drupal. So now let us go back and understand what is Drupal. So Drupal is a free web content management system. Now free means that you don't have to pay a single penny to any organization to use Drupal. So Drupal is free. It is a freeware software. You don't have to pay anything to anyone to use this amazing software. So Drupal is a free web content management system used for building web application. Simply put, Drupal is a CMS software that will allow you to build any kind of web application. Using Drupal, you can build a blogging website, you can build a tech blog, you can build a fashion blog, you can build a travel blog. Using Drupal, you can build a website for business, you can build a website for John. Using Drupal, you can build an e-commerce website. Using Drupal, you can build social media application. Using Drupal, you can build almost any kind of web application. And that was really easy, wasn't it? Alright, so if you want to learn more about Drupal, you can go to the official website of Drupal, which is www.drupal.org. So let us go ahead and visit this amazing website. Right now I am on drupal.org. You can visit this official website of Drupal to learn more about Drupal, to explore Drupal. So go ahead and explore Drupal on your own. Alright, that's going to be it for this video lesson. I hope you understood what Drupal is. If you have any question, please leave them down in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video lesson. Bye. Why should you use Drupal? Why not use some other content management systems such as WordPress or Joomla? Well, if you are building a large and a complex website where you will serve different types of content, where you will serve some really complex content type, then in that case you should use Drupal, because Drupal is more suited for building large and complex website, and Drupal website can handle much more traffic than other content management system. On top of handling more traffic, Drupal is highly customizable. Using Drupal, you can customize your website to suit your need, and Drupal can handle complex content type, which is not the case with other content management system. In Drupal, you can create your own content type. You are not limited to creating articles, and you are not limited to creating pages. In Drupal, you can create your own complex content type, and you can serve your audience. And on top of that, you have absolute and complete control over your website, which is not the case with other content management system. If you use a content management system like WordPress, then the design of your website will be decided by the theme. But with Drupal, that is not the case. With Drupal, you have complete and absolute control over your website. In short, if you want more control over your website and you want to build a really complex website, then use Drupal. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the companies, some of the big names that are using WordPress, and these names might surprise you. The first big name in this list is Tesla. So Tesla is using Drupal to power their website. Then Nokia and Oxford University, the European Commission, these big names are using WordPress, and these websites are serving millions and millions of requests every single week. So if these big names can trust Drupal to power their website, then you can trust Drupal too. And if you want to see the list of all the big names that are using Drupal, then you can go to this link. You can go to www.drupal.org/case-studies. So in short, if your needs are more complex, if you want to build a complex website, then in that case, don't shoot yourself in the foot by using some other content management system. Use Drupal. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video lesson. If you have any question or any comment, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to the course. In this video lesson, we are going to begin the process of installing Drupal on our system. But before we install Drupal, we need to install another piece of software called the localhost software. We need this localhost software to install Drupal and to be able to run Drupal. So let us first understand what this localhost software is and why do we need them. So every software in this world is built using a programming language, and Drupal is also a piece of software, and it is built using a programming language called PHP. And Drupal uses a database called MySQL to save our data. It uses MySQL to save all the information about our website, to save all the articles, to save all the pages and images. So Drupal is built using a programming language called PHP, and it uses a MySQL database to save our data. Alright, so to be able to run Drupal, we need to be able to run both PHP and MySQL. And to run PHP, we need Apache server, and to run MySQL, we need MySQL server. But installing both Apache server and MySQL server will take a lot of time, and quite frankly, it can become quite a headache. That's where these localhost softwares comes in. They contain Apache and MySQL and a lot of other software which will be useful in your development journey. So to put it simply, a localhost software is a complete package which contains Apache server, which contains MySQL server, and all the other things which are necessary for development. And if that technical explanation was too much for you, then just understand that this localhost software is essential to run Drupal on our system. This localhost software contains all the component which is required to run Drupal on our system. Alright, now let's just go ahead and take a look at some of the localhost software available in the market. And the first software which I'm going to show you is called XAMPP. It is built by Apache Friends, and you can go to this website called apachefriends.org, and this is the official website. Here you can download this software for Windows, Linux and OS X, and this is the reason why we'll be using this localhost software. The reason is that it is available for all the major operating systems. So even if you are using a Linux operating system or an OS X operating system, you can just follow the course without any problem. But if you don't want to use this software, you want to use some other software, then you can do that as well. So the second option which I'm going to show you is tailored for OS X and for Windows operating system. So you won't get XAMPP for Linux operating system. But if you are using Windows or OS X, then you can use this software as well. The website address is mamp.info. You can go to this website and you can download this software as well. But if you are using a Windows machine and you want a software which is tailored for Windows, then you can go to this wampserver.com and you can download this WAMP server for your system. But keep in mind that this software is only available for Windows. So if you are using an OS X machine or if you are using a Linux machine, then you won't be able to use this software, and that is the reason why I chose this XAMPP software, because it is available for all the operating system. Alright, so just go to this apachefriends.org website and you can download the software for your operating system. I am using Windows, so I'm going to click on this Windows option, and then this will open up a new page and it will start the downloading process. So just go ahead and download this piece of software, and I will see you in the next video where we will install this. So see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to the course. In this video lesson, I'm going to show you how to install XAMPP on your machine. So just go to apachefriends.org and download the latest version for your operating system. I am using a Windows machine, so I have already downloaded the Windows version in the last video. So now let me go to the desktop where I have saved that file, and here is the file which I downloaded in the last video. Now let us begin with the installation process. So to install XAMPP, the process is just simple. Just double click on it and then yes, next, and then finish. So let me double click on it and then the installation process will start. We'll have to wait for some time. And then it will ask us if we really want to continue with installation. So I will click on yes here, and then I will have to click on OK, and then I will click on next. Then I will make sure that all of these are checked, and then I will click on next. And then you will arrive at this page where you have to select a folder where you want to install all the files. The default is just fine for us. So right now our files will be stored inside the local disk C and inside a folder called XAMPP, which is just fine. So default is fine, and then click on next, and then the language is English, so I have no problem with that. And then I will click on next, and then I will click on next, and then the installation process will start. Now this process will take some time. If you are using a slow computer, then it might take 5 to 10 minutes. For me, this usually takes 3 to 5 minutes, so I will just wait for some time. I will fast forward this video and I will see you at the end when this process is complete. So see you at the end of this. Alright, I am back now. You will arrive at this page after that process completes, and yes, I do want to start the control panel now. So I will make sure that this one is ticked, and then I will click on this finish option, and then XAMPP control panel will open. So this is our XAMPP, and here is the Apache and MySQL which we need. So just click on start, and then start. We want to start both the Apache server and the MySQL server, and we want to test if everything is alright. So I will go to my browser once again, and then I will type this. So I will type localhost, and then I will type just a /, and then I will hit enter. Now if you can see this page, if you arrived at this page after typing localhost and then a forward slash, then your XAMPP was installed successfully. But if you are seeing some error, if you are getting some error, then please let me know in the discussion section below and I will make sure to provide a solution for that. So yeah, that's it for this video. Everything is running, our Apache server and MySQL is running just fine. So I will see you in the next video where we will install Drupal. So see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson, I'm going to show you how to solve this particular error. A lot of you are facing this problem and I thought why not just make a separate video to show you how to solve this problem. Now the solution is very simple. It only requires a couple of steps. So let us go ahead and begin with solving this problem. The first step is that we need to go to our exam control panel and we need to edit one file of this Apache server. So we are going to click on config and then we are going to select the file which we want to edit, and the file is php.ini. so just click on php.ini and then this will open up a notepad, and here we are going to search for a particular code. So here I'm going to search for that particular code. I'm going to use this command Ctrl+F to find something. You can also go to edit and then you can click on find. If you are using Mac, then you can do command+F or whatever commands that works there. Alright, and then here in this search box I need to type this semicolon and then extension and then equal to and then GD. Make sure that this search keyword is exactly same in your system. Okay, so just make sure that you have the semicolon first and then extension and then equal to and then GD, and then hit enter. Now this will bring you to this area where this code exists and we are going to enable this. Right now this GD extension which is required by Drupal to run is disabled and we are going to enable it. You can see here that the error is that we are unable to find the GD extension, so we are going to enable it right now. So I'm going to go back to my this notepad and here I am going to remove this semicolon. This semicolon is a comment, and if you don't know what comments are, just know that once we remove this we will enable the GD extension, and after removing that semicolon which is in front of extension equal to GD, just save this file. I'm going to use command Ctrl+S. You can also go to file and then you can click on save. Just save the file and then close this notepad, and once you close that, just go back to your control panel, your exam control panel, and then stop both the servers. So I will stop Apache first and then I will also stop MySQL just to be safe. Okay, and then I will start the Apache once again and then I will start MySQL server once again. So let me start MySQL as well, and then I will go back to my browser and then I will hit refresh, and once I hit refresh you will see that the error which was there has disappeared. The problem has been solved, the error has disappeared, and now we can continue with the installation. We can ignore this warning and then we can scroll down and then we can click on continue anyway to continue with the installation. Alright, so this was a quick video to show you how to solve that problem. If you are facing any other problem, do let me know in the discussion section below and I will make a separate video to show you how to solve that problem. Alright, that's it for this quick solution video. I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson I'm going to show you how to download and install Drupal on your system. So let's go ahead and download Drupal first. To download Drupal I will go to google.com and then here I will search for Drupal. So go to Google and then search for Drupal. And here I will click on this first link which is the official website of Drupal. So just click on that. On the official website you can read as much as you want about Drupal, you can explore Drupal, but what we want to do right now is we want to download Drupal. So to download Drupal, just hover over build and then click on download and extend. And then you will arrive at the download page. Here we don't want to get Drupal with Composer. What we want to do is we want to get this Drupal zip. So just scroll down and then click on this link which says download Drupal zip. So just click on that. And once you click on that, it will start the downloading process. You can see that the latest version of Drupal right now is 10.1.4. But I don't want to download this right now because I have already downloaded this software. So let me cancel this and let me show you. I have that piece of software here on my desktop. You can see that I have the latest version and I just downloaded it yesterday. Alright, so now we have the zip file of Drupal downloaded on our system. Now let us begin with the installation process. And the first step in the installation process is to make sure that both our Apache and MySQL server are running. If you want to install Drupal, or even if you want to run Drupal, every single time you have to make sure that both of these servers are running. If any of them are not running, then you won't be able to run your website. So make sure that both of them are running. And then after that, just click on this Explorer. And this will open up your XAMPP folder where all your installation file for this XAMPP software exists. And here in this XAMPP folder, we want to go inside this htdocs folder. This htdocs folder is extremely important. This is the place which will contain all of your Drupal websites. Even if you are working on WordPress website, then this folder will contain all of your WordPress website as well. Even if you are working on some PHP project, then this folder, this htdocs folder will contain all of your PHP project. So this htdocs folder is the area where you store all of your files. Now let's go ahead and create a folder inside this htdocs, and this folder will contain all of our Drupal websites file. So let us go ahead and click on this new button, and then I will click on folder. And here is something which you need to remember all the time. The folder name that we give to this folder will be used to install our website. That folder name will be used to access our website all the time. So make sure that you remember the folder name. And also never have a space in this folder name. So your folder name should not contain any space or any special symbol. So make sure that it is just pure alphabets and number. So I will name this folder Drupal and then course, and then I will hit enter. And after creating this folder, I will go inside of this folder, and then here I will copy that zip that I downloaded. So I will just copy this. So I will right click, and then I will click on this copy button. You can also use the shortcut Ctrl+C on Windows and Command+C on Mac. And then I will go to this Drupal course folder, and then I will paste this. So I will click on paste. You can also use the shortcut that is Ctrl+V or Command+V on Mac. After copying the zip inside this Drupal course folder, we need to extract all of the files from this zip. So to extract it, I am going to right click, and then I will click on extract all, and then I am going to remove this Drupal 10.1.4 from this, because I want to extract all of my file inside this Drupal course folder directly. And after removing that, I will just click on extract, and then this will begin the extraction process. Now keep in mind that this process will take some time. It might take 5 minutes, or it might take even 10 or 15 minutes. So be patient, sit back and relax, and I will fast forward this video so that you don't have to waste your 5 minutes or 10 minutes on this extraction process. So I will fast forward this video, and I will see you when this extraction process is complete. And now the extraction process is complete. For me, it took around 12 to 13 minutes, but for you it was over in less than 30 seconds because of the fast forward. Now let us go ahead and move with the rest of the step. So first thing first, we will delete this zip because we don't really need it. So I will delete this, and then I will go inside this folder, and then I will copy all of these files. So I will do Ctrl+A to select all of them, and then I will right click, and then I will cut them. You can also use the shortcut Ctrl+X on Windows and Command+X on Mac. Now I will go back one step, and then I will paste all of those files inside this Drupal course folder. So I will right click, and then I will click on this paste button. So click on that. You can also use the shortcut Ctrl+V or Command+V. And after that, we don't really need this empty folder, so I will delete that as well. So let me delete that, Shift+Delete permanently, yes. And now that unnecessary folder is gone. So right now we have our htdocs, and inside of htdocs we have a folder with the name Drupal course, and inside of that Drupal course folder we have our Drupal file which we extracted from this zip. Alright, now let us go ahead and begin with the installation. So to install this software, I will make sure that both my Apache and my SQL servers are running, and then I will go back to my browser, and here I will type in localhost. So local host and then this forward slash. Now remember that this localhost points to that htdocs folder. So we have our htdocs folder here. So this localhost will point to that htdocs. This localhost will represent this htdocs, and inside of this htdocs folder we have created a folder with the name Drupal course. So let us type that, and I told you that we are going to use that name, that folder name, to access and to install our website. So let us go ahead and type in the folder name. Let me make sure that the spelling is same. So Drupal course and then Drupal course. So just type that folder name here after localhost and then hit enter. And once you hit enter, you will arrive at the installation page. Here you will have to choose your language. English is fine for me, so I will click on save and continue. And in the choose profile, I will select standard. The standard is just fine for me. We don't want to go with this minimal profile or with this demo profile, so just choose standard, the by default, and then click on save and continue. And after that, it will verify all the requirements, whether you have all the software that is required by this Drupal. If you are facing some extension problems, so some people might face this PHP extension error problem, then please make sure to watch the next video. You can pause this video and you can watch the next video where I will show you how to solve that PHP extension error. But if you are not facing that PHP extension error, or if you have solved that error, then just scroll down and then click on this continue anyway option. So click on continue anyway, and then we will arrive at this setup database page, and here we need to pass in the database name. We need to type in the database username, and then we need to type the database password. But we don't have a database name because we have not created one, and we also don't know the database username. Well, you can create your own database and you can find the database username through that exam control panel. So just click on exam control panel, and here on the MySQL line, just click on this admin, and this will open up PHP My Admin in your default browser. So this is our PHP My Admin. Now let us go ahead and create a database. To create a database, I will click on this databases option. And here is the list of all the database that is created by default. Right now we want to create our own database. So I will go to this box and I will name a database. So I will name it Drupal course and then DB. I will select this, so Drupal course DB, and in this drop down I will not change anything. The default is fine, so you also don't need to change anything here. Just go with the default and then click on create, and now your database will be created. You can see that we have our database created right over here. So let's just go ahead and type the database name inside of our Drupal installation. So the database name was Drupal and then course and then DB, and then go back, and now we want to get the username and the password for database. So for that I will go to the home of PHP My Admin, and after that I will click on users account, and this page will show us all the usernames and password. Right now we are going to use this root one, and this root username has no password, so we don't need to enter anything in the password field. So let us just copy this root, and then in the password we will not enter anything. So the database username was root. Let me show you once again so that you don't get confused. This is the root. Just copy this and then paste it right here. And in the password we don't need to enter anything because the password was empty. But if your database has a password, then it will show right here, so just make sure that you enter that. But for me the password is empty. Alright, after that I will click on save and continue, and then this will begin the installation process. Now this will take little bit of time. It might take 10 to 15 seconds, so just be patient. And then after that we will type in our site name, then we will create a username for our site, an admin account for our site, and then the process will be complete. So just wait for 10 seconds and then we will configure our website. Alright, so the Drupal installer has installed all the useful modules which we are going to use to make our website wonderful. Now here in this configure site page, we need to enter the site name, and in the site name I am going to enter Drupal course, so Drupal and then course, and in the site email address I will enter my email address. If you have any query or any question, you can reach out to me at this email address. And in the admin account, so this will create an admin account. In the admin username I'm going to enter Subham, and in the password I will go with 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, and then in the confirmation password I will go with the same. And here is something very important, you need to enter a strong password here, so make sure that your password length is more than 8, and it should contain an alphabet, it should contain a number, and it should contain some special symbol. But right now I'm just creating this website on this localhost, so I'm not entering a strong password, but you should always go with a strong password. And here I will scroll down, the email address is selected, you can change it if you want. And in the default country I will choose India, and then in the default time zone I will choose Kolkata, which is my time zone, and then I will leave all these options checked, and then I will click on save and continue, and then our website will be installed and configured. Alright everyone, so you have installed your Drupal website successfully. This is your website, and we are going to talk about how you can configure your website. So all of that will come up in the later videos, but for now you must understand that you cannot access this website from your mobile phone, or you cannot access this website from anywhere on the internet. You cannot just use your friend's computer and try to access this website using this address. This website is installed on your system, and only you on this particular system can access this website, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you installed your Drupal site successfully. If you are having any problem, do let me know. If you face that PHP extension error, then do watch the next video. And if you have any other error or any other problem or any other doubt, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson I'm going to give you a very quick tour of your Drupal website. First, make sure that both your Apache and MySQL servers are running, and then we are gonna go and access our website. To access our website, we will type in localhost and then the / and then the name of the folder, and the name of the folder was Drupal course. So just type in Drupal course here, Drupal course, and then hit enter. Now this is the website which we installed in the last video. You can see we don't have some options here because we are currently logged out. So let us just log in. So I will click on this login button here in the menu, and then I will type in my username, which was Subham, and then I will type in my password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, and then I will click on login, and then we will be logged in. And now you can see both of these options here. Now let us begin the tour from the very top. On the top here we have this black ribbon which contains the option to our profile, which contains some shortcuts, and then this manage option which we can use to hide and unhide the admin toolbar. So just click on this manage, and then you will hide the admin toolbar, and then you can click on this manage again to unhide or to show this admin toolbar. Now below that we have this admin toolbar. This white ribbon is called admin toolbar. This contains all the option that we are gonna use to customize our website, to add content to our website, to change the design of our website, to change the structure, and to make some configuration. So these admin toolbar options are what that allows us to maintain and to run our website. If you want to change the location of this admin toolbar, then you can click on this button, and then your admin toolbar will shift to the left side. If you want to change the location again, then you can click on it again, and then it will shift to the very top. Now keep in mind that this admin toolbar and this black ribbon will only be visible to you when you are logged in using your admin account. So your normal users will not see this admin toolbar, only you, because you have logged in right now, you can see this admin toolbar. Now below this admin toolbar we have the website which will be visible to our normal user. We have our site title here, and then we have our navigation menu. If you want to edit your site title, then you can just hover over your site title, and then you can click on this pencil button. Now this pencil button is visible to you only because you are logged in. If you were not logged in, then you will not see this pencil button. And then we have our navigation menu. If you want to edit your navigation menu, then just hover over it and then click on this pencil icon, but we are not gonna do that. And then below this navigation bar we have the main content area, which will contain the actual content for our website, and below that we have the footer area, which only contains powered by Drupal link. Now in a website there is something called header, and then there is something called footer. The header is the very top of your website. The header contains your title, your navigation menu. So a header in your website is just like the head of a human being. It goes at the very top and it contains information such as your title and then your menus. And then below the header we have the main content area, and then below the main content area at the very bottom we will have a footer. A footer is just like the foot of a human being. This footer will contain some links, and then it will contain some privacy policy, page link, it will contain some other link and some other copyright information. And yeah, that is all for this quick tour. Now let us log out, and I want to show you another option that you can use to log in into your website. So just click on log out here. And now let me tell you something, that a lot of time what will happen is that you will remove this login option from your menu. In that case, how will you log in? How are you going to log in when you don't have this login button visible on your website? Well, in that case, you need to remember the login link. So the login link is first up your website address. So the homepage address, and after the homepage address, just type in this / and then type in user and then / and then login. Now this is the part that you need to remember all the time. First up, you need to type in your website address and then a / and then user and then / and then login and then hit enter. Now you can log in into your website using this form. So just make sure that you remember this user / login part, because a lot of time you will not have this option visible, and it is extremely important that you remember this. Alright, so that's it for this quick tour, and I will see you in the next video where we will talk about all the options in the admin toolbar. So see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson, I will give you a very quick overview of the admin toolbar and of the black ribbon here. This is going to be a very quick overview, so I will not be explaining each of these options in great detail. That will happen in their own video. I will explain each of these options in their own separate section, in their own separate video. The main goal of this video is to give you a very quick idea of what these options are and what they can do. So I will start with this manage option, and then I will end at this report option. This video will contain a lot of information about all of these options, so if you are having any trouble in understanding each of these options, then don't worry about it. This is just a quick overview video. We will talk about each of these options in their own separate video. Now let us begin from the top. On the top here we have this black ribbon, and the first option in this black ribbon is this manage. Once you click on this manage, then it will hide your admin toolbar. If you click on it again, then your admin toolbar will appear. Now on the right side of this manage we have this shortcut. Shortcuts are a quick way to get to a particular location. Suppose that you are working in some area in your Drupal site, in some backend area, and to get there you have to click almost 10 times. Now what shortcuts can do is that you can create a shortcut to that area, and then you can reach that location in just one click. So shortcuts are used to get to a particular location very quickly. And yes, you can create your own shortcuts. I will show you that in just a minute. Now let us click on this username, and then this will contain the option to view your profile. So you can just click on this view profile to view your profile. You can also edit your profile, and then you can also log out. So these are the option in the black ribbon, very useful. Now let's click on manage and then start with this admin toolbar. The first option on this admin toolbar is content, and this is where you will be spending most of your time. If you are working on a blogging website, then this is the area where you will come almost every single day or every single week whenever you want to publish a blog. Now in this content area, what you do is you create new pieces of content. You can create new articles, you can create new pages, you can manage your comments, you can upload new files, you can work with files, and you can create a blog. So these are the things that you do in this content area. This content area will contain the option to work with pages, to work with posts, to reply to comments, to delete comments, and all of that good stuff. And here you can also see that we have this star mark here. So this star mark is used to create a shortcut. this content is already added to this shortcut page. So you can see here that we have this all content area. So this content is already added. If you click on this, then you will remove this content from this shortcuts page. And if you want to again add this content to the shortcuts page, and you can click on this start button once again. So basically the idea here is that if you want to add any item to the shortcut, then just click on this start button and then it will get added to this shortcut. Now let's go back to our manage option, and then the second option that we have in our admin toolbar is a structure. Now this structure will decide the layout of your website. In this structure page, you can decide the layout or the structure of your website. Here you can create a new block layout. You can also create a new block type. You can also create new comment type. You can create contact form, content type. You can also create a menu. So all of the options that are related to the layout of your website, you will find all of them right here in this structure page. And if you want to add this structure to the shortcuts, then you can just click on this start button, and then this structure option in the admin toolbar will be added to the shortcut here. But we don't want to do that, so I will just remove that, and then I will go to my appearance, which is the third option in this admin toolbar. So click on appearance, and as the name suggests, this appearance is about the design of your website. In this appearance page, you work with theme, and themes are the design of your website. They decide how your website is going to look like. The color and all that good stuff about your website is decided by the theme. Here on this appearance page, you can add a new theme, and you can also delete the current theme. You can set other themes as default. So this appearance is just about the appearance or the design of your website. Now the fourth option is extend. This extend, as the name suggests, is used to extend the functionality of your website. So here you can add new modules, and modules are nothing but just extra features that you want to add to your website. For example, if you want to add a contact form to your website, then you will add a new contact form module, and then your website will have the feature of a contact form. So this extend area is used to extend the functionality, the features of your website using modules. Here you will have the list of all the modules that are already there in your website, and you can also add a new module using this add new module option. Now the fifth option is configuration, and as the name suggests, you can configure your website here. Just ignore this error message for now. Here you can change the basic site settings, such as you can change the site name, you can change the email address, you can change the default front pages. You can also put this website on the maintenance mode, so that will be very useful when you are trying to update your website. You can also change some date and time format. So this is the area where you will configure your website. Now the sixth option that we have is called people. In this people, you can add a new user. Suppose that you are working on a very big website and you want to allow other people to write content pieces on your website. So in that case, you will come to this area, and then you will add a new user, and then other people will be able to write content on your website. So this people area is all about users. Here you can add a new user, and you can see the list of all the users. You can also create new user roles. You can give them some permission and all that good stuff. Here you will see that we only have one user here, which is my username Subham, and then this user is an administrator. So we will talk about all of these options in the user section, so don't worry about it. Just know that this is the place where you can add new users. And then we have the reports. So just click on reports. In the report, you will find something very interesting. So just scroll down and you will see top search phrases. So you can use this option to see the most popular search phrase or the most popular keyword which people are trying to search in your website through your search bar. So you can do all that good stuff here in this report area. You can also update all your plugin. You can see the access denied page. You can also see and customize the page not found error pages. So in this report, you can edit your error pages, you can customize your error pages and all that good stuff. And then you can come to the help if you need any guidance on how to work with your Drupal website and how to change certain settings and all that good stuff. So this was a very quick overview. Alright, so that's it for this quick overview. I know this video contained a lot of information, so just don't worry about it. If you did not understand a lot of it, we will talk about each of these options in their own separate video. Alright, that's it for this video lesson, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson, I will show you how to add a basic page To add a basic page, just click on content and then you will arrive at the all content page. Here you will find the list of all the content that you have added. You will find the list of all the pages, you will find the list of all the articles here. But right now we have not created any, so there is no content available. Alright, now let's just click on add content because we want to add a basic page, and then you will arrive at this add content page where you will find two options. The first option is article and the second option is basic page. So let's talk about the difference between these two first. So what is the difference between an article and a basic page? Well, articles are used for time sensitive content like news or blog post. You will use an article when you are trying to create a content pieces such as top 10 Android feature or top 10 Android 15 feature or top 10 iPhone 15 feature. So you will use an article for such content, whereas a basic page is used for static content such as about us page or contact us page or services page or privacy policy page or disclaimer page. So that is the difference between an article and a basic page. But there is one more difference, and that is usually on an article people are allowed to post comment. People can communicate with the article, they can write comments on an article, whereas usually people are not allowed to post comments. So you will have no comment on your about us page, you will have no comment on your contact us page, you will have no comment on your services page, but you will have lots and lots of comment on your blog post such as top 10 Android 11 feature or top iPhone 15 feature. So you will have comments on your articles, but you will have zero comment. You will not even allow people to write comment on your basic page. So these two are the basic fundamental difference between an article and a basic page. Now we want to add a basic page, so we will click on basic page here, and then you will arrive at this page where you will have to fill up these options. In the first field we have to write the title, so I will write the title about us, and let me spell it correctly, so about us. And then in the body I will write some dummy content. For that I will go to my browser and then I will search for lorem ipsum, so lorem and ipsum, and then I will get some dummy content from this lipsum.com website. So I will just click on that, and then I will scroll down. I want to generate 5 paragraph, and then I will click on generate lorem ipsum, and then I will copy all of this text like so. So let me copy all 5 paragraph. So let me scroll down, and then I will copy all of this, and then I will paste it right here. So I will just right click and then I will paste it. Now if you want to have some more option in this editor, then you can just scroll down, and then in this text format you can select full HTML, and then it will give you some more option. And yes, we will talk about these options in a separate video, so just don't worry about it for now. We will have a full separate video for these options, so just skip it for now. And then here we have some amazing options. We have revision, which we will talk about at the end of this section, and then we have menu, which we are going to talk about right now. So we are creating an about us page here, and usually we want to add our about us page to the navigation menu. So if you want to add this about us page to that navigation menu that we have here, so let me show you. I will just copy this link and then I will paste it right here. And then here you will see that we have our navigation here, and if you want to add this about us page to that navigation, then you have to just go to this menu setting, and then you have to click on provide a menu link, and then this will give you some option. You can type in the menu link title. About us is fine, and we want our about us page to go inside the main navigation menu. If you want this about us page as a sub menu option, so if you want this about us page to appear when you hover over this home, then you can select home here. But I want to have this about us page in the main menu directly without being a sub menu to home, so I will not choose anything. And then you will have this weight option here. So now in the weight I will enter 1 because the home will have a weight of 0, and then this about us will have the weight of 1. So in this menu, home will come first, and then the about us page link will come. So that is what I want. And then I will scroll down, and we are not going to talk about this URL alias option because we have a separate video for that. And then below that we have the authoring information. So in this box you will enter the username of the person who is going to be the author of this content piece. Right now we have added this, so our username is already selected, but if you have added more user and if you want to attribute this page to that, then you can write their name, but right now our username is fine because we are the author of this page. And here you can also choose the date and time of this about us page, and then your about us page will be published at that time only, but we don't want to work with that right now. And then the last option is promotion option. Now these promotion options are usually used for articles because we want to stick our blog post to the front page. We don't want our about us page sticking on the front page, so we will never check any of these options. So we will talk about these options in the article video. And then just come here and then check this box, because if you don't check this box and if you save it, then your article will be saved as a draft. We don't want to save this article as a draft, we want to publish it as well. So we will check this box and then we will click on save, and then our article will be published. So let me show you, our article has been published and you have all of that content pieces here, and then you have your about us in the link. And if you want this about us to be a submenu of this home, then you can just click on edit, and then you can just scroll down, and then in the menu setting you can choose home, and then I will click on save, and then you will see that our about us page will become a submenu of this home, which I don't like. So I will just go to edit, and then I will edit this once again, and you will also have the option to delete this about us page. And if you want to delete this, then you can just click on this delete button and then it will delete the article, but I don't want to do that. I will just add this to the main navigation because I don't want this as a submenu of home. Alright, so our about us page has been updated, and this is all that I wanted to teach you in this video. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you have any question, if you have any comment, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson I will show you how to add an article. To add an article, just click on content, and then here you will find the list of all the content pieces that we have created. You can see we have about us here, which we created in the last video. Now let's just click on add content and then click on article, and then here you can write a title, you can add a featured image, and then you can add the body. So let's go ahead and do that. Here I will enter top features of Drupal 10, and then I will scroll down, and we can also add an image as a featured image. So I will just click on choose file, and then I will go to my downloads folder. So here is my downloads folder, and then I will choose this image. And yes, I will show you how to get these images for free, because it is not a good idea to just go to Google and then search for images, because that is not the right way. Those images are copyright images, so you are not allowed to use those images on your website. So I will show you how you can get some amazing images for your website for free. And then here we also need to write an alternative text. So let's go ahead and do that. I will just copy this and then I will paste it right here. And it is extremely important that you write something meaningful about the images, something that will describe the images, because this alternative text will be helpful in search engine optimization. Alright, and then I will scroll down, and in the body I will write some dummy content. For that I will go to lorem ipsum, and then I will generate some paragraphs. So I will click on lorem ipsum here, and then I will scroll down, and then I will click on generate lorem ipsum. 5 paragraph is fine, and then I will copy all of this text like so. Then I will right click and then copy, then go back, and then I will paste it like so. Alright, and then I will scroll down. And here if you want more option, if you want to do some text formatting, then you can choose this full HTML, and then you can format this text as you like, but we are not gonna do that right now. And then here you can enter some tag. So this tag is just like a hashtag on Instagram or a hashtag on Facebook. They are used to describe this article. So I will write Drupal, and then I will separate this tag with a comma, and then I will write another. So Drupal 10, and then top features, and then I will put another comma, and then you can write as many tags as you want, but 4 is fine for me. And then I will make sure that this published option is checked because we want to publish this as well. And then we will go to the top and then we will explore each of these options. So we are not going to talk about revision, and also we don't want to add this blog post to our menu because it is usually not a good idea to add your blog post to your menu, so never do that. And then click on comment setting. Remember, I told you in the last video that articles usually allow people to comment on your articles, right? So if you want people to comment on your article, then just click on open, and then other people will be able to comment on your article. All right, and then we are not going to talk about URL alias. And in the authoring information, since we are authoring this article, so this is fine. You can also choose the date and the time, but that is not something that is interesting to us right now. And then in the promotion option, you have the option to promote this article to the front page, which we really want to do, and then we will also stick it to the top of the list. So what this first option will do is that once we publish this article will be promoted and then it will be shown in your home page. All right, and if you want your article to stick at the top of your front page, then you can check this and then your article will stick to the top of the front page. All right, so we have everything ready. Now let's just click on save and then save our article. All right, our article has been added. You can see here we have our title, then we have featured image, we have our username, and then below we will also have the comment section. Now if you go to your home page, then you will see that your article has been promoted to the home page, as you can see right here. So that was the use of those two promotion option. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any question or any doubt, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson, I will show you how you can edit a content piece. I will show you the example for article, but you can use the same step to edit a basic page. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. To edit any type of content, you can just go to this content area. So you will arrive at the all content page. Here on the all content page, you will find the link of all the content pieces that you have created. We have created two so far. We have created an article and then we have created a basic page. You can see the content type here. You can see their title, you can see their author, their status, and you can see when it was published, and then you have two operation. So if you want to edit a content piece, then you can click on this edit button, or if you want to delete it, then you can just click on this drop down and then you can select this delete button. But right now we want to edit this article, so I will just click on this edit button and then it will forward me to this page. Here on this page, I will make some changes on the title. I will type edited, and then I will scroll down and then I will make all of this text bold and I will make some of it italic. So let me make all of that italic, and then I will show you something very interesting. Here you can see that this create new revision checkbox is checked. What this option will do is that it will save the current version of our article, so that when we want to revert back to this version, we can just use these revisions to revert back to our old version. Alright, so let's make sure that this one is checked so that I can show you the revision feature in the next video, and then we will scroll down and then we will just save this article. So just click on save, and then our article will be updated. You can see that here our title has changed, and then we can also go back to our website and you can see that the text is also bold now. Alright, so that was one way to edit a content piece. You can go to content and then you can edit any content piece that you like. There is a second way. You can just go to your home page, or you can go to anywhere where your content is being displayed, and then you can just hover over it and then you will find this pencil icon. So just click on that pencil icon and then you will find the option to delete or to edit that content piece. So we are on the home page right now, as you can see. So I will just click on that and then I will click on edit, and then this will forward me to this edit page, and then I can make some changes here and then I can save it. So let me make some changes. I will say new here, and then I will create a new division, of course, and then I will just save this. And that was the second way to edit a content piece. Now the third way to edit a content piece is that just go to its page. So we are clicking on this article and then we will be forwarded to this article page where you will find all the information of this article, and then you can just go to that page and then you can just click on that pencil icon and then you can click on edit and then you will be forwarded to that same page, and here you can edit your article. You can also delete your article and then you can save the changes. So let me make some changes here. And here in the title I will type in last, just so that you can see the difference in the revision video, and then I will click on save and then my changes will be saved. So these were the three ways to edit a content piece. I showed you the example for article, but you can use the same for about us as well. So let me show you. I will click on about us and then you will find the option to edit this about us page here. You can also go to your content and then you can edit your about us page from there as well. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you have any question or any comment, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson, I will show you how you can use revision to revert back to the old version of your article. So to show you that, I will go to content and then I will click on this article which we edited multiple times in the last video. So I will just click on this edit option, and then here you will have one tab and the tab is called revision. So just click on that, and here in the revision tab you will find all the multiple version of your content. This is the oldest version which was made when we created our article, and then this is the second version, this is the third version, and this is the current version. As you can see, it says here the current version. Now what I want to do is that I want to revert back to the oldest version, which is this version, and the second oldest version is this one, and this one's title will be top features of Drupal 10 edited, and then this one's title will be top features of Drupal 10 edited new, and this is the last version which we edited. So this one's title will be top features of Drupal 10 edited new last. So that was the reason why I used these three weird keywords in the title so that I could show you the revisions. Alright, now I want to revert back to this version, so I will just use this revert button. So I will just click on that and then it will ask me to confirm my action, and yes, I do want to revert back. So I will click on this revert button and then our article will be reverted. So you can see now our title has changed, and we can go to our content area and then we can also go to our post, and then you can see that our article has been reverted back to the oldest version. Alright, so that was all about revision. I showed you the example for article, but you can use the same for basic page as well. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you have any question or any comment, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson, I will show you 3 websites from where you can download some really high quality images for free. The reason why I am showing you these websites is because it is not a good idea to use images downloaded from Google, because those images might have some copyright issue, and if you use them in your website, then you will get into some legal trouble. And the thing about these websites is that they don't really have any copyright issue. The images uploaded on these websites are uploaded by their photographer, and they are providing you all of these images for free. So you can use these images without having to worry about any copyright issue. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the first website. The first website which I want to show you is called Pexels. You can go to Google and then you can search for Pexels, and then you can click on this first link which is from www.pexels.com. Once you click on this website, you will find that this website has some really high quality images. It also has a search bar where you can search for your kind of image. So let me search for coding images, and then I will hit enter for search to process, and then here you will see some really high quality images, and you can download any of these images for free. So let's go ahead and click on this image. I want to download this image, so I will just click on that, and then I will click on this drop down button, and then I will choose a size. So we have here the original size. You can also download the large size or the medium or the small, or you can also download a custom size. So let's go ahead and select large, and then I will click on download selected size, and once I click on that button, it will download the image. Now there is one thing that I want you to do all the time. Every time you download images from these websites, I want you to copy the credit, because these photographers are working really hard and they are giving their hard work, their photos to you for free. So the least you could do for them is to just give them some credit below your image. So please copy the credit and then post it in your notepad, and whenever you use those images in your website, just below that image make sure that you give some credit to these photographer to say thanks for their hard work and for giving you these images for free. It is a good practice. Alright, so this was our first website. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the second website. The second website is called Pixabay. To go to Pixabay, you can go to Google and then you can search for Pixabay, and then you will arrive at this page, and here you can see that this website is really big. It has over 4.2 million stunning free images. So let's just click on that, and you will see here that this website also has some really high quality images, and you can also search for your kind of image. So let me search for web design here. So I will search for web design, and then I will just click on that, and then this search will begin, and here you will see all the amazing images that this website has to offer to you for free. And if you want to, let's just say, download this image, then you can just click on this image, and if you want to download this image, then you can just click on this drop down, and then you can select your size. So we also have here the largest size, and then the large size, then the medium size, and then the small size. If you want to download the large size, then you can just select that, and then you can click on download, and then the downloading process will begin. And once again, every single time you download images from these website, make sure to copy the credit, because these photographers are working really hard and they are providing you these images for free. So the least you could do for them is to just copy these credit and then post them below your images. Alright, so this was our second website, and the third website that I want to show you is my favorite. So let's just click on that, and then here we have the website called Unsplash. To go to Unsplash, you can just go to Google and then you can search for Unsplash, and then you can click on this first link, which is unsplash.com. So just click on that, and here you will also find this search bar. You can also search for any image. So this website has really amazing high quality images. Let me show you some. I will search for this term called web development, and once I click on that, this website will show me some really amazing images which I can use on my website for free. So let's go ahead and select this image. So I will just select this image, and then here you also have the option to download this image in various sizes. So let's go ahead and choose the original size, and once I click on that original size, the image will be downloaded. And I also have to copy these credit, because again, just copy the credit and say thanks to these amazing photographers every single time you download an image for free from these websites. Alright, so these were the three websites which I wanted to show you to get images for free and use them in your website without worrying about copyright issue. Okay, so I hope that you never download an image from Google and use them in your website, because that is not a good practice. And yeah, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson, I will show you how you can format your text using the various options provided in the Drupal text editor. So to learn all of these options, let's just go to content, and here I will add a new piece of content because I don't want to mess up any of the content that we have already created. So I will just click on add content, and here you can choose anything. It doesn't really matter. The text formatting option for both article and basic page is just same, so just choose anyone. I will go with basic page this time, and then here we have the editor. Here in the text format, we will select full HTML because we want to learn all of these options. Alright, now let us begin learning these options from the left. On the left here we have the bold option. If you want to make any text bold, then you can just click on this bold button, and then whatever you write after that will become bold text. So let me show you. So let me write bold text here, and if you want to cancel the bold, then you can just click on this bold button once again, and whatever you write after that will be some normal text. Now you can also use this bold button to make some text bold like so. So suppose that you have written some text here, and if you want to make this text bold, then you can just select that text and then you can make it bold like so. You can also use the shortcut key Ctrl+B. Alright, now let me just turn off this bold option, and the second option that we have here is the italic option. If you want to make any text italic, then you can just click on this button and then you can write your text here. So write italic text here, and then once you are done writing italic text, you can just click on this button once again, and anything you write after that will be some normal text. Now if you want to select some text and make it italic, then you can just select your text and then you can click on italic button, and then your text will become italic. Alright, now the third option that we have here is called strike through. If you want to strike a line through this text, then you can just select this text and you can click on strike through, and then you will see that a line is striking through this piece of text. Now once you are done with this strike through option, you have to turn it off, otherwise whatever you write will be some strike through text which we don't want. So just turn off the strike through option once you are done with the strike through option. Alright, now we have two interesting options. The first one is called superscript and the second one is called subscript. These two are mainly used in mathematical formulas. So let me show you an example of each of them. First I will write 23 here, and then I will click on this superscript option, and once I click on this superscript option, you will see that the cursor will shift to the top and anything I write after that will be shifted to the top. And now you can read this piece of text as 23 to the power 4. So basically this superscript will allow you to write some text that will be shifted to the top of the line, and then this subscript will be used to write some text that will be shifted to the bottom of the line. So let me show you an example. I will write 67 here, and then I will click on this subscript option, and you will see that the cursor will shift to the bottom, and then I can write my number here again, and then you will see that the 56 number is shifted to the bottom of the line. So these two options are basically used in writing some mathematical formula, or you can also use them for providing some citation. Alright, after that we have the option to remove any formatting. So if you want to remove the formatting from any of the text, then you can just select that piece of text and then you can click on this remove format button, and all the formatting from that selected text will be removed. After that we have the insert link option. If you want to insert some link, then you will use this option. So let me show you how to use this option. So let me first turn off, because if I don't turn off this subscript option, then all of my text will be subscript. So let me just turn that off, and then here I will write Google, and I want to add some link to this text. So I will first select this text and then I will click on this insert link button, and then I will type in the Google link here. So I will go to just google.com, and then I will hit enter, and after that I will just copy this Google link like so. So I will right click and then I will click on copy, and then I will go back to my Drupal site, and then I will paste that link here, and then I will click on this save button, and you will see that the link has been added. And any text with some link in Drupal website will be formatted differently from the other text. So you can see here the text is underlined and the color is also changed. Alright, now if you want to edit the link, or if you want to remove the link, then you can just click on this text once again like so, and then here you have the option to edit your link, and you can also remove the link. If you want, you can just use this unlink button, and then this will remove the link from this Google text. Alright, now let's hit enter and learn about the ordered and the unordered list. The first list that we have here is called bullet list. You can also call it unordered list because there is no order in it. So let me write some text here. So let me write unordered list. And after this text, I want to display my list. So I will just click on this bullet list option, and I will write my list item 1. Then I will write list item 2. Then I will write list item 3, and after that I don't want to add any item to this list, so I will just hit enter, and then I will hit enter once again. So if you want an unordered list where you don't really have any ordering, you want a bullet list, then you can use this bullet list option. If you want to use an ordered list where there is some order, then you can use the ordered list option. So let me write some text here. So ordered list, and after that I will hit enter, and below this I will display my ordered list. So I will just click on this ordered list option, or you can also call it numbered list. There will be a number, and here I will write item 1, then item 2, then item 3, and item 4. So item 4, and I don't want to add any other item to this list, so I will just hit enter and then hit enter once again, and then I can write my normal text like so. So we have the ordered list here, and you can also change the numbering. So right now the numbering starts at 1. If you want, you can start the numbering from 3 or 4, or you can also make it reverse, so it will start from 4, 3, 2 or 1, or you can also start the numbering from, let's say, 5. So once I write 5 here, you will see that the numbering will start from 5 and then it will move forward one by one. Alright, after that we have the option to write a quote here. So in your text, if you want to display some quote, then you can use this option to write your quote. So let me write some quote here first. I will go below all of this text and then here I will write some quote. Honesty is the best policy. And if I want to make this text as a quote, if I want to display this piece of text as a quote, then I can just select this piece of text and then I can just click on this quote option, and then you will see that this text will be formatted differently and it will be displayed to the user, to the visitor, as a quote. So we have the quote option here, and then we have the option to insert some images here. If you want to insert an image, just click on this button and then you can go to your location where you have saved your image, and then you can insert all of these images here. So I will just select this image and then you will see that our image has been inserted. You can also write some alternative text, which I recommend that you do all the time, but right now we don't really want to worry about any of these things. So you have your image here, and after the image you have the option to insert a table. So let me go here, and first up I will remove all these bold and italic formatting, and then I will click on this table button, and then I will insert a table which is of 2 by 3, and then you will see we have a table which is 2 by 3. You can write some text in all of your cells like so. You can do that here, and then you can write in this cell as well. So you also have the option to insert a table here, and after the table you have the option to add a horizontal line. So if you want to add a horizontal line here, so just go there and then click on this horizontal line, and then the horizontal line will be added. After the horizontal line we have the paragraph option here. So before I show you that option, let me make some space here like so, and right now you will see that all the text that we have been writing in our text editor, they are normal sized text. But if you want to insert some heading here, then you can just go to this paragraph and then you can choose the heading size. Here we have 5 heading size. We have the largest heading size, which is heading 2, and then we have the smallest heading size, which is heading 6. If you want to insert any heading size, just click on that, and then whatever text that you write will be a heading. And once you are done writing a heading, you can just hit enter and then you can write your normal paragraph text. So this was your heading option. Now if you want to make a line heading, then you can just click on that line, and then you can just go to this paragraph option. You will see that this text is a normal paragraph, but if you want to make the entire line heading, then you can just choose the heading size. So let's go ahead and choose heading 3, and then you will see that the entire line has been formatted as a heading. After the heading option we have the source option, and then we have the insert code option. These two options are only useful to you if you know the coding. If you know how to write code, if you know programming, then these two options will be very useful to you. Now we have the option here called source. If you want to see the source code of this content piece, then you can just click on this source code, and then you will see the HTML coding of all the content that we have written here. If you want to add your own HTML code to format your text, then you can do that here as well. You can write any HTML code and then your content piece will be formatted accordingly. Alright, so let's not do that here because this is a Drupal course, not an HTML course. And then we have the option here to insert some code block. If you are writing a coding block, then this option will be very useful to you. Using this option, you can insert some code block of any programming language. So let me show you an example. I will just click on this button and then I will click on JavaScript, and then here I can write some JavaScript code. And this will help your visitors to distinguish between the normal text and your JavaScript code or your C code or your C++ code. So this is very useful if you are building a website, a blogging website based on coding. You can use this feature, you can use this insert code option to display some code in your blog post. Alright, now we have covered all the text formatting option in the text editor. Now let's just go ahead, and in this video, if you have any question or any comment, please leave them in the discussion section below. And I know that this video was a lot to take in because we discussed all of the option in a single video, but if you want to watch this video again, please go ahead and do that. And yeah, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson, I will show you how you can add a new user. To add a new user, just click on this people option here, and in this people page you will find the list of all the user that you have already created. Right now we only have one user, which is of administrator role. Alright, now let's just go ahead and click on add user button to add a new user. And then here on this page we have to fill out all of these fields to add a new user. So let's go ahead and do that. So here in the email I will enter a dummy email, abc@g.com, and then in the username I will just enter abc, and in the password I will enter 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, and in the confirm password I will enter again 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. And after that we have an interesting option here that you need to understand. In the status we have two options here. The first one is called blocked and the second one is called active. Now if you choose this blocked option, then what will happen is that this user will not be able to log in into our website, and we don't want that. If you want them to be able to log in into our website, then you have to choose active here. So that is the difference. A user with the blocked status cannot log in into our website, whereas a user with the active status can log in into our website. So just select active, and then we have the option of roles. Right now we have three user roles in Drupal. The first one is administrator. Now the account that we are using right now is an admin account, so you will get an admin account by default when you are installing your Drupal website. The administrator is the most powerful user role in Drupal. An admin can do almost anything. They have access to all the option, all the configuration. They can add a new theme, they can delete a theme, they can add a new module, they can do almost anything on this Drupal website. And then we have a user role called content editor. Well, as the name suggests, they are responsible for adding and editing some content pieces. We will learn about what are all of their roles and responsibility in the next video. And then we have the option of authenticated user. Well, authenticated user role is the least powerful user role in Drupal. They are only able to log in and then they can post some comment on our article, and that's it. So we have here three user role. Right now we will just select the authenticated user role because we don't want this user to be able to add some content and we don't want it to be an admin. So we will just select the authenticated user role, and then we have the option of notify user of new account. We are not going to select this because we are on localhost right now, so this option won't work. Now what this option will do is that once you create an account, this option will send an email to this email address regarding the username and how that user can log in into this website. Alright, after that we have the pictures option here. If you want to add a picture as a profile picture for this user, then you can just go ahead and you can do that here. Then we have the personal contact information here. This option will allow the other user to contact this particular user that we are creating right now using a personal contact form. We do want that, so we will just select that. And then we have the time zone option here, which is Kolkata, which is fine for me. And then I will click on create new account, and once I click on this button, the new user role will be created and no email has been sent because we did not choose that notify option. Alright, now let's just go to the people option here, and then here you will see that we have two users here. We have the old user, which is an admin, and then we have the authenticated user which we just created. Alright, now let's just go ahead and log out from our website and then log in using this ABC username that we just created. So I will just click on my username here, and then I will click on log out, and then I will click on login here once again, and then I will log in using this ABC username. And then I will enter the password, and then I will click on login. And once I click on login, you will see that we don't have any option here. You will see that we don't have the access to admin toolbar. We can't go to the backend and do some editing. We can't do any of that stuff here. We can go to home, and then we can just go to this article that we published, and then we can write a comment below, and that's it. We can't do anything else on this website, but this is the appropriate user role for most cases. So let's just go ahead and log out, and yeah, that's it for this video lesson. In this video you learned how you can create a new user, and in the next video we will learn about different user roles and their responsibility. So see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson I will show you how you can create your own user role and how you can assign some permission to it. But before we do that, let's go ahead and learn how you can edit your own user profile and how you can edit the user profile of other users. To edit your own user profile, you can just click on this username here, and then you can click on edit profile, and then you will arrive at this page where you can fill up all of this information, and then you can edit your profile. If you want to change your email address, then you can enter your new email address here. If you want to change your username, then you can enter your new username here. If you want to change the status, then you can make all of those changes here. If you want to upload your profile picture, then you can click on this choose file, and then you can upload your profile picture. And after making all of the changes, you can just click on this save button, and then your user profile will be updated. Now let's go ahead and learn how you can edit the profile of any other user. For that, just click on this manage option and then click on people. On this people page, you will find the list of all the user that is available on this website. And here you will see that we have two users here. This Subham username is the one using which we are currently logged in, and this one is an admin. You can click on edit to edit this user profile, which is your profile. But because you are an admin and because you are logged in using this admin account, you can edit the user profile of any other user on this website. So because you are an admin, you have the power or the privilege to edit the user profile of any other user. If you want to edit their profile, just go to this people page and then click on this edit option, and then you can make changes to their profile. And after making changes, you can also cancel their account if you want by clicking on this button. But if you don't want to cancel the account, you just want to make some changes, then make all that change here and then click on this save button to save the changes. Now let's go ahead and continue with the main agenda of this video. So right now we are going to go to this roles, and then we are going to create a new user role. Right now we have 4 user role here. We have the anonymous, which is just a visitor who is not logged in. And then we have authenticated user, which is someone who can just post comment on our website. Then we have content editor, who can manage some content related work, and then we have the admin, who will have all the permission on this website. So let's go ahead and click on add role, and then here we will add a new user role, and the name of this user role will be author. This author will be able to create their own article, they will be able to delete their own article, and they will be able to publish their own article, and that's it. They won't be able to create basic pages, they won't be able to mess with themes, they won't be able to add new user, they won't be able to do any of the admin stuff. They can only create their own articles, and they can publish them, and they can delete them. That's it. So let's go ahead and create this user, and after that we will assign some roles to this user. So just click on save changes, and then here you will see that our role author has been added. And now we are going to drag this role, and then we will put it between the authenticated user and the content editor, because the roles here are ordered. And then we will click on save changes. After saving the changes, we are going to go ahead and click on permission, and now we are going to assign some permission to this user role. But before we do that, let's see that what this anonymous user can do. Well, this anonymous user can only read our content, and they can view our content, and that's it. The anonymous user here is someone who is not logged in, they are normal visitor. And then we have the authenticated user, and you will see that this authenticated user has some more permission. They can post comment, they can skip comment approval, and they can view comment, and they can do all the stuff that an anonymous user can do. And then we have the authored user role, which we just created. Now remember, whenever you create a new user role in Drupal, they will have all the permission that an authenticated user has. Okay, so all the permissions of the authenticated user will be assigned to any newly created user role. Okay, so you will see that this author role will have all the permission that this authenticated user has, and we have not assigned any of these permission to this author. So these permissions will be automatically assigned to this author role. And then we have the content editor. The content editor can do a lot more than an authenticated user or authored at this point of time. And then we have the admin, which is the most powerful user role on our Drupal website. They can do almost anything on this website. Alright everyone, now let's go ahead and assign some permission to this author user role. So I will scroll down and then in the comment section I will click on this edit own comment because I want my authors to be able to edit their own comment. So I will check this box and then I will scroll down to the filter section. So let's go to the filter section which is below, and here I will click on this checkbox. I want my authors to be able to access the full HTML option so that they can format their articles. And I will also click on this restricted HTML because I want them to have all these features because they will be the one who will be writing these amazing pieces of content. So I will check these two boxes and then I will scroll down and then I will scroll down. And then here on this notes section, I will check this box. So I want my authors to be able to create new articles. So I will click on this box, and I don't want them to be able to create basic pages because our author is only supposed to create article and they can only delete their own article. They can only publish their own articles. So I will scroll down and I will not check this box because I don't want them to delete any article content. So they will be able to delete their own article content and that's it. So I will check this box and then I will scroll down, and I don't want them to be able to work with revision. I don't want them to delete revision. So I will scroll down and I don't want them to edit any article content. So I will not check on this box, and then here on this article edit own content I will check this box because I want my authors to be able to edit their own article content. So I will check that box and then I will scroll down, and then here on this article view revision I want them to be able to view all the revisions that they have made. So I will just check on this box, and yeah, I don't want them to revert to any revision. I don't want them to delete any revision, so I will not give those permission to this author user role. After that I will go to this option. I want them to be able to access the content overview page. So I will just click on this button, and now my authors will be able to access the content overview page. After that I will not click on any of these boxes because I don't want my authors to have this level of permission, this kind of power on my website. So I will scroll down and then I will check this box. So I want them to be able to view their own unpublished content. So I will check this box because now my authors will be able to view their own unpublished content. After that I will just scroll to the system section. So let's just scroll down. In the system section I will give them only one permission. I will give them the permission to view the admin theme. So I will just click on this button, and now they will be able to view the admin theme. And after that I will allow them to create new tags. So I will click on this checkbox, and I will not allow them to delete any tag, and I will not allow them to edit any tag or terms. Okay, so I will just scroll down after that, and then on the toolbar I will allow them to use the toolbar. Now they will be able to access this admin toolbar which we use to navigate to our website. After that I will scroll down and I will go to this user section, and now here I will assign them these two permission. I want them to be able to change their own username, and I want them to be able to cancel their own account. So I will click on this checkbox because my author should be able to cancel their own user account without my permission. They should have that kind of permission at least, and then I will allow them to change their own username. So I will click on this checkbox, and then I will scroll down, and I will not assign any more permission to this author role. So I will just click on save changes, and then I will save all the permission. You just click on save permission, and now all the changes have been saved. So let's go ahead and go to the people page and then assign this role to this ABC user. So because we are an admin, we can edit the profile of any other user. So let's go ahead and do that. So click on this edit option here, and then here we will scroll down, and then we can see this author role here. So we will just click on that, and now we will click on save to save the changes, and now our ABC user has been promoted to the author user role. So let's go ahead and check what this author role can do. So I will click on my username here, and then I will click on logout, and then I will log in using this ABC account. So just click on login, and then here I will enter the username ABC and then password 12345678, and then I will click on login. And now you can see that we have a lot more option here because of the permissions that we assign to this author role. You can see the admin toolbar, you can click on manage, and then you can access this content page, which was not possible for any authenticated user. Here on the content page, you will see that author can see the content created by other user, but this author cannot delete or edit the content created by other people. They cannot delete or edit their content, and this author can also click on this add content button, but they will not get the option to choose between article and a basic page because these author were assigned the role of article only. So you can only create an article using this author account. You cannot work with basic page. And here you can add your title, you can add an image, and then you can add a body. You have access to all the features. This author can click on the text format and they can use the full HTML option. And here on the sidebar, you will see that the number of features or option provided to this authored user role is very limited. They have only one option on the sidebar, which was not the case for an admin because we did not assign this author role those permission. We did not assign them the permission to work with URL alias and stuff like that. So that's why I do not have those permission here. Alright, so that's going to be it for me for this video lesson. I know this was a lot to take in this video lesson. We discussed a lot of stuff. So just go ahead, watch the video again if you want, and just play with this permission, and always be wary of assigning permission to any user role. Never ever blindly assign them any permission. Be wary and research about those permission before you assign those permission to the user role. Alright, that's going to be it for me for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson, we are going to talk about block. But before I start explaining what a block is, let me ask you a very simple question. What happens when you hover over any item on your website? What happens when you hover over this title? What happens when you hover over this navigation? And what happens when you hover over this navigation or any other item like this powered by Drupal link? What happens when you hover over that? Well, whenever you hover over any item on your Drupal website, this pencil icon appears, and when you go to that pencil icon, then this border will appear. And these are called block, and this border is the boundary of this block. So here we have a powered by Drupal block, and this dotted line or this border is the boundary of that block. So the question is, what is a block? A block is a group of content or a group of item on your website. These blocks are the boxes of content that are displayed on your website. So every single thing that is being displayed on your Drupal website is a block. This powered by Drupal is a block. This site title is a block. This navigation is a block. This navigation is a block. This is a block, and this RSS feed is a block. Every single thing that is being displayed on your website from this header to this footer is a block. And if you want to configure any block, if you want to remove this block, then you can just go to that block and then you can click on this pencil icon. Then you will see two options. The first option will be to configure the block. Using this, you can configure any block, and then you have the option to remove this block. If you click on this button, then this block will be removed from your website. So right now I want to configure this block. So I will just scroll down to the footer area and I will click on this pencil icon, and then I will click on configure block. After that, we will arrive at the configure block page, and here we can modify or we can configure our block. Here we can change the title of our block, which I don't want to do. We can also choose to display this title with that block, so you can do that as well, but I don't want to do that. And below that we have this visibility option. We are not going to talk about this visibility option in this video. We will talk about this in the next video. So for the moment, let me just give you a very quick overview. Using this visibility option, you can disable the visibility of this block to a certain user role. So your block will be displayed to only anonymous user, your block will be displayed to only administrator, your block will be displayed to author or any other role that you choose. Using this block, you can also change its visibility to the content type. So you can choose to display your block on only article, you can choose to display your block on only basic pages, and you can also choose to display your block to some pages. So if you want to exclude this block from some pages, then you can do that as well. You can go to this visibility area and then you can choose to modify the visibility according to your need, but we are not going to talk about that in this video. We will talk about all of that in the next video. Alright, and then we have this region option here. So what is this region? Well, this region is the area where your block is being displayed. On our website we have many regions. We have the header, then we have the main area, and then we have the footer area. So your website is divided into many areas and these are called region. Here we have the list of all the regions on our website, and if you want to change the region of this block, then you can choose any other region, and then this powered by Drupal block will be displayed to any other region. But I don't want to do that, and after changing all the things, you can just click on save block to save the block, and then your block will be modified. And if you want to remove this block, then you can click on this remove block option to remove this block from your website. Now this was one way to modify a block. Just go to that area, just go to that block and then click on the pencil icon and then click on configure and then modify and save. But there is a better way. So let me show you that. I will click on this structure and then here I will click on this block layout. Now just click on this block layout, and then here on this page you will see the list of all the block that is there on your website. You will see that we have this section called header, and inside this header region we have only one block. Then we have this primary menu region, and inside this primary menu region we have two blocks. And then if we go down, then we will see that we have this footer bottom region, and inside this footer bottom region we have this powered by Drupal block. So this block layout contains all the regions and list of all the blocks that are there on your website. If you want to disable any block, then just scroll down to that block and then you can click on this arrow icon and then you can click on disable, and after you click on disable, then your block will be disabled. So let me show you. I will go to my site. So go back to site and then you will see that this powered by Drupal has been disabled. Now if you want to enable it again, then you can go to structure, then you can go to block layout, and then you can scroll down and then you can click on enable to enable this block. If you want to remove this block permanently, then you can just scroll down and then you can click on arrow button and then you can click on remove to remove this block. If you want to just configure this, then you can click on this configure and then you will arrive at the same page where you can configure this particular block. So let me remove this first, and after that I will click on remove because I want to remove this. And now our block has been removed. So let me go back to site and you will see that our block has been permanently removed. Now let us go back to the structure and then block layout. Now I want to add a new block. So let me see all the block region, all the areas where I can display or add my block. So let me click on this demonstrate block region. You can use this option to see all the regions on your website. So we have this region here, then we have this primary menu region, then this secondary menu region, then this social bar, then this highlighted area, then this breadcrumb area, then this content above region, then we have the content region, the content below region, then we have this footer top region, and we have the footer bottom region, and then we have this sidebar region. So what I'm going to do right now, I am going to add two blocks to this sidebar region. So let me exit this demonstration and then I will find the sidebar. So let me find the sidebar. And here is our sidebar. So let me place two blocks in this sidebar region. To place a block, I will click on this place block button, and then here I will find my block. So I will search for search form. I want to add a search form to this sidebar. So I will click on this place block after searching for it, and then I will click on the save block option. But first let me change the title. I just want it to be search, and yes, I want to display the title this time. And then I will click on save, and now if I go back to my website, you will see that this search form has been added to our sidebar. Now I want to add one more. So let me go back to a structure, then block layout, and then I will scroll down to my sidebar area. So there is the sidebar, and then I will click on place block once again. Now here I want to add the tools block. So let me scroll down, or you can also use this search. So let me use the search, and I will add this tools bar, and then I will click on place block, and after that I will not change anything because the tools title is fine, and I also want to display the title this time. So let me choose that, and then I will click on save block, and now this will be added to my website and the ordering is fine. But if you want to change the order, you can do that as well. If you want your tools to be above sidebar, then you can just drag it, and if you want your tools to be placed below the search bar, then you can just drag it down like so, and then you can save the changes. So let me save the changes, and then I will go back to my site, and you will see that we have this search bar here, and then we have this tools block. Alright, so that's it for this video. In this video you learned what a block is and how you can configure any block and how you can place a block in your Drupal website. In the next video we will talk about how you can restrict the visibility of a particular block to a role, to a page, and to some content type. So see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson I will show you how you can restrict your block to a certain user role, how you can restrict your block to a certain content type like an article or a basic page, and how you can restrict your block to a particular page. But before I show you how, let me tell you why you should even consider restricting your block to a certain page or to a certain role. Well, there are a lot of time when you want to restrict your block to a certain role or to a certain content type. Let me give you an example. You really don't want to display your search block inside a about us page. You really don't want to display this block inside of a contact us page. So in that case you can restrict this search block to articles only. And there are a lot of time when you want to display some ad on your website to earn some money, and it is not a good idea to display an ad to an admin account or to an author. In that case you can restrict that ad to be displayed to only the visitors or maybe authenticated users. So you can do that using this restriction feature that we have in Drupal. Now let us go ahead and restrict this block to articles only. So I will click on this pencil icon, or I can go to the structure. So let me just go to the structure, that will be better, and then I will click on block layout. After that I will just scroll down to the sidebar area, and then here I will click on configure. So on this search I will click on configure, and then here I will click on the content type because I want to restrict this search bar to articles only. So I will click on this article checkbox, and after that I will click on save block. And once I go back to my website, you will see that our search bar has disappeared from our home page. If I go to my about us page, you will see that our search bar has also disappeared from this about us page. But if I go back to my home page once again, and if I click on this post, then you will see that our search bar or our search block is now being displayed on our article page. So this is how you restrict a block to a particular content type. Now let me show you how you can restrict this block or any other block to a user role. So for that I will just click on this pencil icon once again, and then I will click on configure block, and then here I will remove this content type. So I want it to be displayed on both of them. So I will just uncheck that box, and then I will click on save block, and then I will go to my website and I will go to my about us page, and you will see that our search bar is now being displayed here. Now let us go back to this configure block page, and let me show you how you can restrict this particular block to a particular role only. So for that, just go to this roles area, and here if you want to display that search block to any role, then just select that. I want to display my search block to anonymous user only, so I will just click on this anonymous user checkbox, and after that I will click on save block, and now the block has been updated. And if I go back to any page, you will not see my block here. So if I go to my about us page, you will see that our block is not here. If I go to home page, you will see that our block is not being displayed on our home page because we are an admin. If I go to my post page, then you will see that our block is not being displayed. But if I open a different browser where I am not logged in, so let me open Brave and let me refresh this first. And after I refresh this page, you will see that our search bar is being displayed to the anonymous user. So this is how you can restrict your block to be displayed to a particular user role only. Now let me minimize this and let me go back to my website, and let me go to the structure, and then I will click on the block layout, and then I will go back to my sidebar area, and after that I will show you how you can restrict this block to be displayed to a particular page only. So for that I will click on this configure, and now here let me first remove this role. So I want my block to be displayed to all the users because we are testing it right now. So I will just remove this, and I will click on save block first, and after that let me open this in a new tab. So I will open my website in a new tab, and now you will see that this search bar is being displayed in every other page. So you can go to home and we have our search bar here. Now let us go back and restrict this blog to about us page only. So for that I will go to my block layout once again, and I will scroll down really quick, and then I will click on configure, and then I will scroll down and I will click on this pages. If you want to restrict this blog to a certain page only, then for that you have to copy the URL of that page. So let me go to the home, and then I will click on this about us page, because I want to restrict that blog to the about us page only. So I will just go there and I will copy the URL part. So I will copy this slash and then node and then slash and 3. So after the Drupal course, after our website home page name, I will copy everything, and then I will right click and I will click on copy. This will copy the URL of our about us page. So everything after this Drupal course is the URL of this particular about us page. Now I will go back, and then here in the pages I will just paste this. So let me paste it right here, and then I will click on show for listed pages. This means that our blog will be displayed to all the pages which we have listed here. So right now we have only one. If you want to list more pages, then you can just paste their URL in a new line. So if you want to add a new page to this list, then you can just paste it right here, but I don't want to do that. And after that I will just click on save blog, and then you will see that our search bar will be displayed on this about us page. So let me refresh that, and if I go back to home, then you will see that our search bar is not being displayed on the home. If I go to this post, then you will see that our search bar is not being displayed to this. So if you want to restrict your blog to any page or to any piece of content, for that you only have to copy this. So copy the URL and then paste it here. So paste it in this area. Let me go back here again, and then paste it in this area, and then your blog will be restricted to that page only, to all the pages that have been listed here only. Now if you want to do the opposite, if you don't want to display your blog in all the listed pages, then you can just click on this hide for the listed pages option, and then you can click on save blog. After that your blog will be restricted from those pages only. So right now we have only about us in the list. So if I refresh this, you will see that our blog will be displayed in this post. If I go back to home, then you will see that our blog will be displayed in the home page. But if I go to this about us, you will see that our blog will not be displayed in the about us page. Now let us go back to this blog layout, scroll down, and click on this configure, because I want to show you something very important. Now if you want to restrict this blog to the home page only, then for that you don't have to enter the URL of that home page. You only have to use in this tag. So you will see here that this front tag is used to denote the front page. So if you want to display this search block to the home page only, then just type in that. So let me type in front, so front, and then I will close this. So you can also copy this and paste it over here. After that I will click on this show for listed pages, because I want to display this search block to this home page only. So I will click on show for listed pages, and then I will click on save blog. And if I go back to my about us page, then you will see that our about us page will not contain that search block. And if I go back to my home page, then you will see that our home page contains this search block. And if I go to this post, then you will see that our post does not contain that search block. So this is how you can restrict a particular blog to a particular page. Alright, so that's it for me for this video. If you have any question or any comment, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson I will show you how you can use URL alias to make your URL structure much more user friendly and much more SEO friendly. So let me give you an example. First up I will go to my home page, then I will click on this post, and then you will see that in the URL structure we have something called node, and then a forward slash, and then we have 4. If I go to my about us page, then you will again see that the URL structure of this about us page is, first up we have node, and then we have 3. So what is this node? Well, all the content on a Drupal website is stored and treated as a node. So this node is any piece of individual content, such as a basic page or an article or any other content type that you have created. So all these individual content are treated and stored as node in our Drupal website. And our about us page is a node because this is a basic page. Our post is a node because this is also a article, and an article is also a piece of content. So that's why we have a node here, and all of these node have a numbering. So our about us page was created first, so that's why the numbering of about us page is 3, and then after that we created this article, so that's why the numbering for this post is 4. So you have the node here, and then you have the numbering of that node, and this numbering is dependent on which was created first. So the first node will be the one which was created first, and then the numbering will increase as we create more pieces of content. Now the problem with this URL structure is that this is not user friendly, and certainly this is not SEO friendly. So let us learn how we can improve this URL structure. For that I will go back to my content page, and then here I will edit this about us page first. So I will click on edit, and then here I will scroll down and I will go to this URL alias, and now I will add the URL of this about us page. In the URL alias I will first enter a / and then I will enter about, because I want my about us page address to be first up my website address and then a / and then this about. So I will save the changes, and then I will go to my about us page, and then you will see that the URL structure for this about us page has changed. So you will see that our node /3 is gone, and now we have this about in the link. Now if you want to change the URL structure of this post, then you can do that as well. So let me go to this content area real quick, and then I will edit this post. So I will click on edit, and then in the URL alias I can enter /, and then I will enter top dash features, then dash off, then dash Drupal 10. Remember, you cannot have a space in the URL structure, that's why I'm using this dash or a hyphen here. And after that I will just save this, and I will go to my post. So let me show you, and then you will see that the URL structure for this has changed. Now let us go ahead and create a contact page. So let me go to content, then I will click on add content, and now here I will choose basic page, and here I will enter contact. And right now I don't really want to enter anything in this body, so I will leave it at that. And then in the URL alias I will enter the URL for this contact page. So I will enter / and then I will enter contact, because I want to access this contact us page at my website address, and then /contact. Alright, after that I will click on save, and then I will go to my contact us page, and then you will see that our contact us page is now available at this address. So this was how you use URL alias to improve the URL structure at the time of content creation itself. Alright, that's going to be it for me for this video. If you have any question or any comment, leave them in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson I will show you how you can add a link to an existing menu and how you can edit a menu. But before that, let us go ahead and delete the contact page that we created in the last video, because with every Drupal installation we get a default contact page, so we don't really need this new contact page. So I will delete this contact page. I will click on this arrow button, and then I will click on delete, and then I will confirm my action, and then I will click on delete, and now the contact page has been deleted. Now let me show you how you can access the default contact page. To access the default contact page, all you need to do is just go to the main URL, and after that you need to type in contact. So after your home page URL, just type in contact and then hit enter, and this is the address of your default contact page. Now remember that this contact page will look different to an anonymous user. So let me show you. First I will copy this link like so. I will right click, and then I will click on copy. After that I will go to my Brave browser, and then I will paste that link right here. So paste and go to localhost /Drupal course/contact. And here you will see that this contact page will look different to people who are not logged in. Alright, now let us go ahead and add this contact page to this main navigation menu. For that I will go back to my browser, and then here, if you want to edit any menu, then there are two ways. The first way is to just hover over that menu block and then click on that pencil icon, and then you will get this edit menu option. You can click on this edit menu option to edit this menu. You will also get this option on this, because this is also a menu, and if you hover over tools, then you will also get this option, because this tools is also a menu. But there is a different way to edit a menu, so let me show you that. For that, just click on this structure option here in the admin toolbar. So just click on that, and then here you can scroll down, and then you can click on this menu, and then you will arrive at the menus page. Here you will see the list of all the menus that we have in our Drupal website. The first menu that you see here is called administration, and this admin toolbar is the administration menu. Then we have the footer menu, but this footer menu is not being displayed here, so at the end of this video we will place this footer menu in the footer. Then we have the main navigation menu. So let me go back to the website in a new tab. So I will open this in a new tab by clicking on the control button. This menu is called the main navigation menu, and we are going to add a link to this menu. And then we have this tools menu which is there. So we have this tools menu here, and then we have the user account menu, which is this menu right over here. Now let us go ahead and add this contact page to this main navigation menu. So for that we will go back to this menu page, and if you want to add a link to any menu, then you can click on this arrow button, and then you can click on add link, or you can just click on this edit menu option, and then here you will see the list of all the link that are there in this menu. In this main navigation menu we have the home, and then we have the about. So let us go ahead and add another link. So for that I will click on this add link, and then in this menu link title I will enter contact. So enter contact there. In the link we need to enter the URL. So let me go back to the website, and I will copy the URL of this contact page. Now remember, we don't need to copy the entire URL, we only need to copy this part. So just copy this part. So copy everything after Drupal course, and then just go back and then paste that part here. And yes, we want our menu to be enabled. We want this link to be displayed in the menu. So we will make sure that this one is checked. And then in the description, I will not write anything. But if you want to, then you can go ahead and do that. And I will not click on this show as expanded, because this option is used when we want to display some sub menu item on this menu item. But I don't want to do that right now. And then in the parent link, we will select main navigation, because we want to add this contact link to this main navigation. And then in the weightage we need to enter the weight of this menu link. This weightage will decide where the menu item will be displayed in our main navigation. In the main navigation we have two items here, and this home has the weightage of 0, this about has the weightage of 1. So the weightage rule is that the higher weightage item will shift to the right side. That is why the one which is the higher weightage right now is on the right side. Now we want our contact us to be on the rightmost side, so we will enter 2, because 2 is greater than 1. So the contact page will shift to the right. So let me go there, and then here I will enter 2. Alright, after that I will click on save, and then I will go back to my website, and I will show you that the contact page has appeared right here. Alright, now let us go ahead and display the footer menu in this area. So we already have a footer menu here. So let me click on this menus here, and then here you will see that we have a footer menu which is created by default. Now we need to display that menu in our footer. So for that we need to go to the structure. So let us go to structure, and then we will go to block layout, because this block layout is used to display any item on our regions. Now we want to display this in our footer region. So let me go to the footer bottom area, and then I will click on this place block, and then here I need to search for that menu block, and the name of that menu was footer. So let us just enter footer here, and then you can see that the block name was footer and the category is menu. So let us place this footer menu here in the footer bottom region. So click on place block, and then everything is fine. Just click on save, and we don't want to display the title here, so let me remove that option, and then click on save. And now if I go back to my website, you will see that we have a new menu that is being displayed in the bottom here. Alright, that is going to be it for this video. In this video you learned how to add a link to a menu, and how you can display or place a menu block in any region. So if you have any question or any comment, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson I will show you how you can create a new menu, and then I will place that menu in between this search block and this tool block. So my new menu will go just between this tool and this search block. Now let us go ahead and create a new menu. So for that I will go to a structure, and then here we need to go to menus, and then here I will click on add menu, and then here we need to enter a title. In the title here I will enter top links, so top links, and I will not enter any summary. I will just click on save, and then here we will add some link to this menu. So let us go ahead and add a link. So I will click on add link. In the menu link title I will enter recent articles, so recent articles. In the link here I will enter this no link tag because I don't want this menu item to be linked to any page or to any post. So this menu item will not be linked to any page or to any post. Whenever someone clicks on this recent article, it will not open a new link. So let me just copy this. If you want to type it out, then make sure that you are typing it correctly, but I will just copy that and I will paste it right here, and after that I will make sure that this one is enabled because we want our link to be displayed in the top link menu. And then in the description I will not enter anything, and then after that I will click on expanded. The reason why I clicked on expanded is because this menu item will contain some children. So this recent articles will contain the link to some of the articles that we have already created. That is why we need to make sure that this one is expanded, because this menu link will have some children, it will have some sub menu items. Now in the parent link we need to make sure that top link is checked, because we want to add this link to the top link menu that we just created, and in the weightage I will enter 0 because this will go at the very top of this top link menu, and after that I will click on save. Alright, so our menu item has been added, you can see that right here. Now let us go ahead and add another link. To add a link, just click on add link. And now I will open my website in a new tab. So I will just right click here and then I will click on open link in a new tab, and I will copy the link of this top features of Drupal 10. So let me just click on that, and let me first copy this title. So let me copy that and I will paste that in the menu link title, because this menu will contain this title. In the link here, let me go ahead and copy the link. So I will go there and then I will copy this part of the link. So I will copy the entire URL alias part of this article. So let me copy that. So right click and copy. So copy everything after this Drupal course and then go there and then just paste it like so. After that we will make sure that this one is enabled, and in the description I will not enter anything. And in the parent link we will remove this top link because we have to select the recent link, because we want this post to be a sub menu or to be a sub link on that recent articles link that we just created, and the weightage 0 is fine. And then I will click on save, and then you will see here that this top features of Drupal has been added as a sub menu item to this recent articles. Alright, so our menu link has been saved, and this is how you add a sub menu item to any link. Now let us go ahead and add two more links. So I will add the link for about us. So about, and I will copy the link of about us page. So let me go there and copy the URL alias of this about us page. So everything after this Drupal course, and then I will paste that in the link. After that I will make sure that this one is enabled, and the parent link will be top link, and in the weight I will enter 1 because recent articles has the weightage of 0 and I want this top to be below recent articles. So let me enter 1 here, and then I will click on save, and now you will see that this about link is below the recent article. Now let me add one more here, and here I will enter contact, and I will enter the link of the contact space. So slash and contact, and then I will make sure this one is enabled. In the description I will not enter anything, and in the parent link top link is fine, but in the weightage right now the weightage will be 2 because recent article has the weightage of 0 and then about has the weightage of 1. So this one will have the weightage of 2 because I want this contact link to be below about. Alright, after that I will click on save to save the changes, and now you will see that our contact and our about and all the link that we wanted to add has been added. Now let us go ahead and also add some summary. So top links, just like that. I will not enter anything. If you want, then you can go ahead and you can write a good summary, and then I will click on save to save the changes, and now I will go back to the menus and you will see that our menu has been added and the summary is also there. Now if we go to our website now, then you will see that the menu is not available, the menu is not being displayed. The reason is that we have only created the menu but we are not displaying it anywhere. So let us go back and let us display it. So I will go to a structure and then I will go to block layout and then I will scroll down to the sidebar. So there is our sidebar and then I will click on this place block. So click on place block and then here I will enter the menu that we just created. So the name of the menu was top link and then I will click on place block. And now I will make sure that this display title is checked because I want to display the menu title here, and then I will not restrict it to anything, and then I will click on save block. Alright, now if we go back to our website, then you will see that the menu has appeared. We have our top link menu here, but we want this top link menu in between this search block and this tool menu block. So let us go back and do that. So I will just drag this in between search and tools, and then I will click on save blocks. And now if we go back to our website, then you will see that our top link is now appearing in the right place. And here you will also see that this recent article is not active. The coloring is different for this recent article because it is not connected to any link. Alright, so in this video we discussed how we can create a new menu and how we can display that menu in any region. And in this video we also discussed how you can create a sub-menu link. So if you have any question or any comment, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson we are going to learn about module. So what is a module? Well, according to the official definition, a module is a set of files that extends site features and adds functionality. So modules are just a bunch of file, a set of file, a collection of file that you can add to your website to add some new feature, to add some new functionality to your website. They are just tiny bits of software that you can add to your website, that you can install on your website to introduce some new feature. For example, if you want to introduce some e-commerce features to your website, then you will add an e-commerce module. If you want to add a discussion forum into your website, then you will add a forum module. If you want to introduce some really amazing feedback form into your website, then you will add and use a contact form module. If you want to add any new feature, any extra amazing feature, then you will add a module that provides that feature. You can think of them like an add-on or an extension or a plugin that you can add to your website to introduce new features to your Drupal website. So that's what modules are. They are just tiny bits and pieces of software. They are like plugin or extension that you can add to your website to introduce some new feature, to add some new functionality. Alright, now let us go back to our website and learn how we can add a new module. Alright, now I am back on my Drupal website. Now if you want to work with module, if you want to add a new module, then you have to go to this extend page. So just click on extend here and then you will arrive at the extend page or the all module page. Here on this page you will find the list of all the modules that are already installed on your website. You will see that we have a bunch of modules here, and all of these modules were installed when you were installing Drupal. So you get all of these modules by default integrated in your Drupal website. Now let us go ahead and learn how we can add a new module. To add a new module, you can just go to the top and then you can click on this add new module button. So just click on that. And then here you will see two options. You will see the option to add a module from the URL, and then you will see the option to add a module from a file. But where can we find these modules? Well, you can click on this module link. So I will open this link in a new tab and then you will arrive at the official module page, and here you will find all the modules that you can use into your Drupal website. You will see that we have currently more than 50,000 modules that we can integrate into our website to make our website really amazing. To add any kind of feature, we can add any of these modules. Alright, if you want to add some new module, then you can search the modules by category. You can search them by development status. You can search them by maintenance status. So whenever you are searching for a module, make sure that your module is actively maintained, and you should also ensure that the module is under active development, or at least the maintenance is being provided. You can also search this module by capability, so you can search whether this module works on your Drupal version or not, and you can also filter the modules via categories, so whether this module is a e-commerce module, whether this module is a content creation module, whether this module is a education based module that you can use to build some education website. Okay, so you can do all of that here, but right now I'm going to search for a specific module. So I will go to this search module field and I will search for the module called path auto. So I will just type in path auto. This module will allow us to automate the URL aliases. So right now, whenever we want to add a new piece of content, we have to type in the URL alias manually, but using this module we can automate that process. So after we integrate this module into our website and after we configure it, we won't have to type in URL alias every single time. This module will generate URL aliases automatically. Alright, so let us go ahead and search for that. So click on search after you type in path auto there, and then Drupal will search its database and it will provide you this module. So this is the path auto module which we are going to install. So just click on that, and then here on this path auto page you can read all about this module. Alright, now before we install this module, we have to come to this requirement area. So you will see here that in order for this module to work, we have to install one more module called token. So we have to install this module too. So I will just open this in a new tab, and if you go back to our website, then you will see that we have two options. We have the option to install or to add a module from a URL, and then we have an option to install or add a module via this file option. So we have to install two modules right here. We have to install this path auto, and for this path auto to work, we have to install this token. So we are gonna use both of these options to install one module. Okay. Alright, so let us go ahead and add this path auto module first. To add this module to our website, just scroll down and go to this releases section, and here click on the latest version. The latest version right now is 8.x-1.12, so just click on that, and after you click on that you will arrive at the download page, and here you have to copy the address of this download tar.gz. So just copy that. So I will right click and I will copy the link address. So copy the link address and then go to your install new module page and then paste that URL in here. So I will right click and I will click on paste, and your URL will look like this. So it will be http://ftp.drupal.org/file/project and then the module name and then the module version followed by the extension. Alright, so this is the first way to add a module. Just go there and copy the tar.g file. Okay, and then I will click on continue, and then this module will be added to our website. So the module is being added. Now I want to add another module, and the other module is called token. Alright, so this token module is required for this path auto to work. So let us go ahead and click on add another module, and we are gonna add this token module via this upload option. So let us go back to the token page, and then here we will scroll down to the releases area, and then we will click on the latest version. So just click on that, and then here I will download this file. So I will click on download, and then this will download the tar.gz file, and I'm going to save this inside my downloads folder. So save, and then I will go back to my website and I will click on choose file option, and then I will go to my downloads area and I will select the file which I just downloaded. So select the file, and then I will click on open, and then I will click on continue, and after that my module, my token module will be added. Now I will go to the administration page. Alright, so we have successfully added two modules. We have added the path auto and the token module. Now let us go ahead and install them. To install those modules, just go to the extend option, and then here we have to scroll down. You can also use this search box to search for that module, but I will just scroll down to the others area. So we will find those two modules here, and then I will check this box and I will check this box. And if you see that in the path auto, we have to install this token module for this path auto to work. So we have done all of that. Now we will just scroll down and we will click on install to install both of these module. Alright, and after that our Drupal will install and integrate these two modules into our website. Alright everyone, our modules have been enabled, our modules have been installed into our website. So if you guys have any trouble, if you guys have any problem installing these modules, do let me know in the discussion section below. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next video where we will use this path auto module to enable automatic generation of URL aliases. So I will see you in the next video. Hi and welcome to this course. In this video lesson I will show you how you can configure path auto module to generate URL aliases automatically. Right now, whenever we create a new piece of content, whenever we create an article or a basic page, then we have to manually type that URL alias, and this can be tedious. So we are gonna use this path auto module to automate that process. We will use this path auto module to automatically generate the URL aliases. Alright, so let's just go to the extend page, and then we will go to our path auto module. So I will just scroll down here, and then I will go to the others area, and then here I will click on this, and then I will click on configure on this path auto module. So just click on configure. Here on this page you will see that we have to add a path auto pattern, and this pattern will be used to generate the URL for our article and for our basic page. Okay, so just click on add path auto pattern, and then here we have to select a pattern type. So the pattern type will be content because we want to create this pattern for the content. And then here on the content type I will select basic page because I want this pattern for basic pages only. And then here we have to enter a path pattern. Now let us first talk about what kind of URL do we want. What kind of URL do we want for our basic page? For that I will just open my website in a new tab. I will go to this back to site, and then I will open this link in a new tab, and then here I will go to my about us page. In the URL here you will see that we have first up our site address here, and then we have the URL alias. Alright, so this slash about is the URL alias, and this localhost slash Drupal course is the site address, and I want my URL structure to be exactly like this. Alright, so I will just go here, and then I will type in slash. This path pattern will automatically get the site address, so it will automatically get this localhost slash Drupal course, and now we only have to type in the URL alias pattern. Alright, so for that I will just click on this browse available token, and then here you will see you have lots of available token here. In here I will just scroll down to this nodes, and then I will expand all the nodes, and then I will scroll down to the very bottom. So very bottom, and then I will click on this title token. Alright, so just click on that, and this will automatically insert this right in this path pattern here. Alright, now we have entered the node title token here. You can also just copy this and paste it right over here after this slash. Now what this node title will do is that it will use the title of the basic page to generate the URL alias. So our about us title is about us, so this will use this title. So this will use this title to generate the URL alias of this about us page. Alright, so now let us go back, and then here we will enter a label. Since this is for the basic page, so I will enter basic page pattern. So let me type that correctly, basic page pattern, and then I will click on save. After that you will see that our pattern has been added. Now let us go ahead and verify if this works. So I will go to content, and then I will click on add content, and then I will click on basic page because we added a pattern for basic page here. So just click on that, and then here in the title I will type in services, and then here in the body I will just type in some gibberish content. And then here in the URL alias you will see that we have this option here. We have the option to generate the automatic URL alias. This option is provided by path auto module, and it will use the pattern that we just provided to generate some automatic URL aliases. So make sure that this one is selected if you want to automatically generate the URL alias. If you don't want to do that, then you can just uncheck this, and then you can type in your URL aliases manually. But I want to test this out, so I will make sure that this one is checked, and then I will click on save. Alright, our services page has been created, and you can see here in the URL our path auto has automatically generated the URL aliases for service page using the title that we provided. Alright, now let us go ahead and add a pattern for all our article. So I will go to extend once again, and then I will scroll down to the path auto area. So let me scroll down to the others, and then here I will click on this configured on this path auto. So let me click on configure here, and then here I will add one more pattern. So click on add pattern, and then here I will select content, and then here on the content type I will select article because I want to add this pattern for the article. Now in the pattern here I will do something different. So let me show you that. First I will go to my website, and then I will go to my home page, and I will click on this article here. And here you will see that the URL structure for this article is a bit different, but that is not what I want. A lot of people, including me, prefer a different URL structure for their articles. Alright, so what I want is, first up, after my site address I want this blog, and then I want this slash, and then I want the title of our article. So this is the URL structure that I want. First up I want my site address, and then I want blog, and then I want this title. Alright, so let us go back to our website and add this kind of pattern. So I will go to my add path auto pattern page, and then here I will type in slash, and then I will type in blog. So this is the kind of pattern that I want. First up I want my site address, and then I want slash blog, and then I want a slash, and then I want the title to be used to create this URL alias. So I will just click on browse available token, and then again I will go to nodes, and then I will expand the node, and I will just copy this node title here. So let me copy that, and then I will paste that right here. Alright, so now our URL structure will be, first up the site address, then slash blog, and then slash, and then this node title means that the title of the article will be used to generate the URL alias. Alright, so pretty simple. Now here let me enter something in the label. So I will enter article pattern, and then I will click on save. But before that, just make sure that this pattern is enabled. Alright, and then click on save, and now our pattern will be added. So let us go back to our content page and make sure that this one is working. So I will click on add content, and then I will click on article, and then here in the title I will enter some new features of Drupal 10, and then in the body I will enter some gibberish, and then here in the URL alias I will make sure that generate automatic URL alias option is checked, because this option is provided by path auto, and this will allow us to automatically generate the URL alias based on the pattern that we provided. And then I will just click on save, and our article will be published. And now you can see in the URL our pattern is something that we wanted. First up we have our site address here, and then we have slash blog, and then we have the title here. So our path auto module is using this title to generate the URL here. So you can see that here, and all the spaces are replaced with a dash because you can't have a space in the URL. Alright everyone, so that is how you add a pattern to automatically generate your URL. And if you have any question or if you have any comment, do leave them in the discussion section below. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to the course. In this video lesson, I will show you how you can edit the contact form that is being displayed in our contact page. So let me show you that form. This is the form which we are going to edit. Now, because we are logged in currently, this form is looking very different. So let me show you this contact form from a private window. So I will go to my Brave, and then here is that contact form which we are going to edit in this video. In this video, I will show you how you can change this label and how you can add a new field to this contact form. So we are going to add a contact number field just below this email address and above the subject field. All right, now let us go back to our website and learn how we can do that. To work with contact forms, we need to go to a structure. So just click on a structure, and then here on this structure page, you will find the option of contact forms. So just click on this contact forms option. And then here on this contact forms page, you will find the list of all the contact forms that we have on our website. Right now, we only have these two contact forms, and these two contact forms were created by default when we installed Drupal. Now we want to edit this website feedback contact form, so we are gonna go ahead and we are gonna click on this edit option. So just click on this edit option, and then we will arrive at this edit contact form page. On this page you have lots and lots of options, so let us learn each of these options one by one. The first option we have is called label, and in this field we can enter our label. So let me change this website feedback label to something else. Let me show you this. So this is the label and we are gonna change this to contact us. So let me go back, and then here I'm gonna type in contact us. So in the label I will type in contact us. After the label we have the recipient. Now this recipient field contains the email where all that information which your user is filling up on your contact form will be sent. Now if you want all those information to go to a different email address, then you can just remove this email address and then you can type in your new email address here. If you want to specify multiple email addresses, so if you want that information to go to multiple email address, then you can just type in a comma and then you can type in your new email address here. So you can type in let's say example@gmail.com. You can send all that information to multiple email addresses by separating all those email addresses by a comma, but I don't want to do that, so let me remove that. After the recipient we have the message field. Now this message field contains the message that will be displayed to the user after they submit the form. If you want to make any changes here, then you can go ahead and do that, but I don't want to do any of that. And then we have the redirect path. Now after the user submits that form, if you want them to be redirected to a different page, then you can enter the URL alias of that page here. So if you want them to be redirected to a different page, then you can just type in the URL alias of that page where you want to direct them, but I don't want to do any of that. After the redirect path, we have the auto reply field. Now in this auto reply field, you can enter a auto reply message, but I don't want to do any of that. In the weight, I don't want to make any changes. And then after changing this label, and after making all that change, you can just click on the save button to save the changes. So let me click on save, and once I click on save, our form label will be updated. So let us go back to the Brave browser and see. So let me refresh this, and now you can see that the label has changed. Now let us go back to our website and learn how we can add a new field just below this email address. I want to add a field that will get the phone number from the user, from the visitor. So let us go ahead and learn how we can do that. So let us go back to our website, and then here I will just click on this edit option once again. And then I will just click on this manage field option, and now we want to add a new field. So just click on this create a new field option, and then we have to select a field type. So just click on this drop down, and here you have lots of options. If you want to capture date, then you can use this date option. If you want to capture the email address, if you want to get the email address of the visitor, then you can use this field. But right now we want to get the phone number, so we are gonna select this numbered integer field type. All right, but if you want to get the text, if you want to get some full name or some other text, then you can choose these text option. You can choose the text plain option, or you can choose the text long option. But we want to capture, we want to get the phone number, so we are gonna just go ahead with this numbered integer option. So just click on that, and then here we need to enter a label. So in the label I will type in your contact number, just like that, and then I will click on the save and continue button. After that, I will not make any changes to this field. The default is just fine. So just click on save field settings, and then you will arrive at this page. Here you can enter the help text. If you want some information below your text field, if you want to display some help text, then you can do that here, but I don't want to do that. And yes, I want this field to be required, so I will check on this box. So if you want to make any field required, then you have to check on this box. You can also enter a minimum and a maximum here, but I don't want to do any of that stuff right now. So I will just scroll down, and then I will click on save settings. And once I click on save setting, our field will be added. So let us go to our website and let us refresh this page, and then you will see that our field has been added just below this message text field. Now we want our contact number field to be just below this email address. So let us go ahead and fix this. So I will go back to my website, and then I will click on this manage form display. So just click on that, And then here I will scroll down and I will drag this your contact number field and I will put it just below the sender email address field. So I will just drag this your contact number field and I will put it below the sender email address field and just above the subject field. And then I will scroll down and I will click on save. And if I go back to my website, so let me go to the Brave browser and let me refresh this, and now you will see that our contact number field has been placed in the right location. Alright, so that was all that I wanted to teach you in this video lesson. In this video lesson you learned how you can customize your contact form and how you can add a new field. If you want to learn how to create a new contact form, then please let me know in the discussion section below. If you guys have any question or any comment, do let me know that as well in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to the course. In this video lesson, we are going to talk about theme. So what is a theme? Well, theme are just a collection of files that define the presentation layer of your Drupal website. They define how your website presentation will look like. They decide how your website will look like. So to put it simply, theme are just the design of your website. They are just the design of your website that decide how your website interface will look like. For example, in Microsoft PowerPoint, we have something called template, and that templates define the entire design of your presentation. And just like that, in Drupal we have something called theme, and this theme decide how your entire website will look like. It decides the design of your entire website. Now let us head over to our website and learn how we can work with theme. Alright, now I am back on my Drupal website. Now to work with theme, we have to go to appearance. So just go to your admin toolbar and then click on appearance. And then here on this appearance page, you will find that we have two installed themes. The first installed theme is called Olivero, and this is a front-end theme. And then we have the second theme called Claro, and this is an administration theme. So in Drupal, there are two kind of theme. The first kind is called the front-end theme, and the second kind is called the administration theme. And the first kind, which is the front-end theme, it decides how your front-end pages will look like. So it decides how your website will look like to the normal user, to the normal visitor. So let me open my website in a new tab. So this is my website. And this front-end theme will decide the front-end design. So how your about us page will look like and how your logo will look like. So it will decide the design of all that content that will be visible to your normal user. And then we have something called the administration theme, and this administration theme will define the design of your admin pages. So it will decide the design of your content page, it will decide the design of your structure page, appearance page, extend page, configuration page, people page, report page. So in Drupal we have two kind of theme. The first kind is called front-end theme, which will decide the design of your website that will be visible to your normal user. It will decide the design of your front end, which is normally visible to our users. And then we have something called the admin theme, and this admin theme will decide the design of your admin pages. So it will decide the design of your backend or the admin pages. Alright, now let us go ahead and install a new theme. To install a new theme, just click on this add new theme button. And then here you will find that we have two options. We have the option to install a theme from a URL, and then we have the option to install a theme from a file. These two options are similar to how we install modules in Drupal. So I'm not going to show you both options. I will just show you how you can add a theme from a URL. Alright, now let us open this theme page in a new tab and see what kind of theme we have in our Drupal. So this page is the official page for all the themes in Drupal, and here you will see that we have more than 3000 themes. You can also filter the theme by maintenance status. You can also filter them by development status, or you can also see if they work with your Drupal 10, 9, 8 or 7 or whatever version that you are using. And then you have the status option, so whether this theme will work with all project or whether it will work with only sandbox project. So you have the option to filter your theme. You also have that search field where you can type in the field name and you can search for that particular theme. And if you scroll down, you will see that we have this bootstrap theme here, which we are going to install in this video. And then we have some admin theme. So if you want to change your admin theme, then you can just install this theme. You also have some more admin theme, but I will not show you how to install this admin theme. You can go ahead and do that on your own. The process is just the same. Alright, now let us go ahead and install this theme. To install this theme, just click on the theme name. So I will click on bootstrap, and then we will arrive at this theme page. Here on this page you can read about your theme, but I don't want to do that. I will just scroll down and I will go to the releases area, and then I will click on the latest version. So this is the latest version, so I will just click on that, and then I will just copy the URL. So I will scroll down once again, and then I will right click on this download tar.gz file, and I will copy the link address. So I've copied the link address, and then I will go back to my website, and then I will paste that URL in here. So I will right click and then I will click on paste. After pasting the URL in this field, I will just click on continue. Alright, now our theme has been successfully added. Now I will just go back to my administration pages, and I will go back to my appearance, and then here I will make this theme as the default theme. So I will just scroll down to this uninstall theme option, and then I will click on install and set as default. Right now we have only added this theme. So if we go back to our website and if we refresh this page, then you will see that nothing has changed. So we have only added this theme. To use this theme, we have to click on install and set as default, because we have only added this field, so nothing has changed. So just click on install and set as default, and once I click on that, then this theme will become the active theme. And if we go back to our website and if we refresh this, then you will see that the design of our website has changed. Alright everyone, so our design has completely changed. So this is how you install and activate a theme. Now I will just go back to my website and set the previous theme as the default one, because with this bootstrap theme you have to do a lot of configuration, which I don't want to do right now. So I will just make this Olivero theme as the default. So I will just click on set as default, and then if we go back to our website, then the entire design will revert back to what it was previously. Alright, so that is how you add and install a theme and how you revert back to a different theme. If you guys have any question, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Hi and welcome to the course. In this video lesson, we are going to talk about content types. So what exactly are content type? Well, a website contains many types of content such as articles, pages, news, polls, etc., and each content piece on a website belong to a particular content type. For example, suppose we have a business website where we have about us page, where we have service page and contact us page. And on that business website, we also post some article, we also post some blogs. So all your articles, all your blog posts, they will belong to a different content type, and all your about us page, your service page, your contact us page, these static content, they will belong to a different content type. So in case of Drupal, all your about us page, all your service page, all your contact us page, they will belong to the basic page content type. And all of your blog post, all of your articles, they will belong to an article content type. So what exactly are a content type? Well, a content type is nothing but a term that is used to define a particular kind of content. And this content type will define the default setting for all the content that belong to it. For example, in Drupal, we have two content types. So in Drupal, we have the first content type known as basic page, and then we have the second content type known as article.
And the default setting for both of these content type are different. For example, in basic page, we don't have the option to allow comment on our basic page in Drupal, whereas in articles, we are allowed to have comment. So that is the difference between these two content type in Drupal. And in short, a content type is nothing but a term that is used to define a particular kind of content, and a content type will define the default setting for all the content that belong to it. And we have seen in the case of Drupal, the basic page is different. In basic page, we don't have comments, whereas the article content type is different. In article, we have comments. But wait, with Drupal there is always something more. In Drupal we can create our own custom content type. If you remember in the introduction to Drupal section, I told you that in Drupal we are not limited. In Drupal we can create our own custom content type, which is not possible with other content management system. And that is what we are going to do. We are going to create our own custom content type, and we are going to do that in the next video. So I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to the course. In this video lesson, we will create our very own content type. and the name of our very first custom content type will be offline event. So this will be the name of the content type which we are going to create, and these are the fields which this offline event content type will have. So our offline event content type will have the title field to store the title of our offline event. It will have a body to store the body content of our offline event, and it will have a date and time field to store the date and time of this offline event. And then this offline event content type will have a location field to store the location of where this event is being held, and then it will have a covered image which will be used to store the covered image of our offline event. So this is our very first custom content type. The reason why I chose this content type is because with this offline event content type, we will get to work with different variety of fields. With this offline event content type, we will get to work with a text field, we will get to work with a date and time field, and we will get to work with image field. And these types of field will be used when you are creating your own custom content type. So we will cover all the important fields in this video when we are creating this offline event content type. Alright, enough of this talking. Now let us go ahead and learn how we can create our very own content type. Alright everyone, now I am back on my Drupal website, and if you want to create a content type, then just go to structure. So just click on structure, and then here you will find the option of content type. So just click on that, and then here you will see that we have two default content type. We have a article, and then we have the basic page. But right now what we want to do is we want to create our very own content type. So just click on add content type, and then here you will have to enter the name of that content type, and the name of our content type will be offline event. And then in the description you can write anything. I will write this is used to track all our offline event. Alright, and then in the submission setting, make sure that optional is selected, and here is something that is very interesting. Here we have to enter the field name of that title field. So with a content type, a default title field will be created, and we want to have a title field. So I will just make sure that title is entered here. By default you will get title, so just don't worry about it, don't make any changes. This will be our title field, and then here optional is just fine. Alright, so everything is fine here. Now let's just click on this publishing option. In the publishing option, make sure that create new revision is checked, because whenever a user is creating a content of this offline event content type, we want to be able to track all the revisions. So whenever a user updates their own content of this offline event content type, then Drupal will create a new revision, and it will track all of those things which we have with article and basic page. So we want new revision, we want Drupal to track all the updates. So make sure that this one is checked, and these two are just fine. And then just click on display setting. If you want to display the name of the user who created that piece of content, then you can keep this checked. I will just keep this checked, and then just go to menu setting and make sure all of these options are unchecked, because whenever a user will create a content of this offline event content type, then all the new content will be added to the main navigation, which we don't want. So make sure that all of these are unchecked, and especially this main navigation is unchecked, because we don't want to add any content of this offline event type to these menus. We don't want that. And then click on save and manage field, and after that our content type will be created, and you can see here that the offline event content type has been added. Now if I just open this content in a new tab, then you will see here that when I click on add content, we have three types here. We have the offline event content type which we just created. But right now this offline event content type only has two fields. So let us just go ahead and see those two fields. We have the title field, and then we have the body field, but we also want a date and time field, we also want a covered image field, and we also want a location field. So let us go ahead and add some new fields. So the title field was created, and then we have a basic body field. Now what we want to do is we want to add a new field. So just click on create a new field here, and then we want to add a plain text field. So let's just go ahead and choose this plain text, and the name of this field will be location. So location, and then I will click on save and continue, and then I will just make sure that the maximum length is something which is above 255, because some areas, some locations are really long. So I will just enter 500 here, and then in the allowed number of values I will make sure that this one is limited and the value is 1, because we don't want to have multiple values for this field. We only want to have one location, we only want to have one value for this field. So make sure that this one is limited and the value is 1, and then click on save field settings. So just click on that, and then here you can enter some help text. I don't really want to do that, and then I will make this field required. So every offline event will have a location, they must have a location. So that's why I will make this required, and then I will click on save setting. I will not set any default value. Alright, now we have added the location field. Now let us go ahead and add the two remaining field, and this field will be of type date. So let's just select date here, and then I will type here date and time. This field will be used to store the date and time as to when this event is being held. So just click on save and continue, and then I will scroll down, and in date type I will select date and time, because we want to store the date and time also. And in the allowed number of values it will be limited and the value will be 1, because we only want one value for this field. We don't want to have multiple dates and multiple times, because the content of offline event will have only one date and time. So an offline event content will only have one date and time. An event cannot happen multiple times, right? So that's why we have only one here, and then I will click on save field settings, and then I will just scroll down and make sure that this one is required, because every event will have a date. Every offline event will have a date, so there cannot be any offline event with no date. So that is why we are going to make sure that this one is required, and I'm not going to set any default value. If you want, you can enter a default value, and then you can enter some help text, but I don't want to do any of that. And then I will click on save settings. So let us just save that, and then we want to add one more field, and this field will be used to store the image. So this one will be used to store the covered image. So let me just scroll down to reference area, and then I will select image, because this one will be used to store some image, and in the label I will enter covered image, and then I will click on save and continue. And then here the upload destination will be public files, and I will not enter any default image, because every offline event should have an image, should have a covered image. So I'm not going to enter any default image, but if you want, you can do that. And then in the allowed number of values I'm going to enter 1, because I only want one image per offline event. So let us make sure that this one is limited and the value is 1, and then I will click on save field settings. So let us just click on that, and then you can enter some help text, and then you can make this required. So let us make this required, and then I will scroll down, and I will not enter any default image. And then in the allowed file extension we have PNG, GIF, JPG and JPEG. If you want, you can add some more file extension, but for most of the cases these 4 are just fine. And then in the file directory we have something here. You don't need to customize any of that. Let Drupal take care of the file directory, don't make any changes here. And then we have the maximum image resolution, and we have the minimum image resolution. So here you can enter some resolution, and I will encourage you to enter a maximum image resolution, because sometimes your user or someone who is working on your website, someone who is adding an event, they can add a very large image file, and you don't really want that. You want to save some space, because many people will be visiting your website, and if the image resolution is very high, then they will end up wasting lots of data. So make sure that you entered a maximum image resolution. I am going to enter 1440 and 1080, so 1080. And then in the minimum image resolution I will enter 640 into 480. But if you want, you can enter some higher value. So 640 and then 480. These are just some random numbers that I'm choosing. So just go ahead and enter a maximum image resolution and a minimum image resolution, and then in the maximum upload size I am going to enter 1 MB, so capital M and capital B, so 1 space MB, and then I will enable the alternative field, and then I will make that alternate field required because every image should have an alternate field. Okay, and then after that I will click on save setting, but just make sure that you entered a maximum upload size, because if you don't do it, then many times some user or someone who is adding an event on your website will add a very large file. They might add an image, they might upload an image which is 4 MB in size, and whenever your user visits your website, they will end up wasting lots of data because of that. So make sure that the maximum upload size is 1 MB or something that is less than 2 MB. Okay, and then after that I will just click on save settings, and then we have added all the fields. So we have the body field, we have the covered image field, we have the date and time field, and we have the location field, and we have the by default title field. All right, now let us go ahead to the content and let us refresh this page. So if I refresh this page, you will see that now we have some more field. We have a location field, we have a date and time field, and we have a covered image field. But the ordering is not all right. The ordering is not good. In the ordering, I want the title at the top, and then I want the location, and then I want the date and time, and then I want the covered image, and then at the very last I want the body. So let us go ahead and fix that. So I will go to my manage field tab, and then I will click on this manage form display, and then here you will see we have the title up here, and then we have all this information that we don't need to touch. We have all these field. So I will just scroll down, and I will make sure that this location is up above the body. So we want title, and then we want location, and then we want date and time. So we want date and time right here, and then we want the covered image just above the body. But right now I think the covered image should be just below the title. So let us go ahead and drag this to the very top. So let us drag this covered image to the below area of the title. So we will have our title, and then we will have our covered image, and then we will have our location and date and time, and then body. All right, so I think this order makes more sense than what I just told you 1 or 2 minutes ago. And then I will just click on save. So let us save the changes, and let us go back to this page, and let us refresh this, and now you will see that the order has changed. So we have the title here, and then we have the covered image, and then we have location, and then we have date and time, and then we have the body. All right, everything is looking really good. Now we have added our very own content type, and we have added all the field that we wanted to add to that content type, and we have also fixed the ordering of the form. So this is all that I wanted to teach you in this video. If you guys have any question, if you guys have any comment, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to the course. In the last video we created our very own custom content type, and in this video we are going to create a content of that content type. So in this video we are going to create an offline event content, and then I will show you a problem, and then we will fix that problem. So let us go to content and create an offline event content. So I will click on add content here, and then we will have this offline event content. So let's just click on that and create an offline event content. In the title here I will write something, so new event test. I will not write anything meaningful right now. And then in the covered image I will just click on choose file, and then I will go to my downloads, and then I will go to this folder, and then I will choose this image. So let me choose this image. The resolution is fine, and the file size is also less than 1 MB. And then in the alternative text I will write the new event cover image. I'm really sorry that I'm not writing anything meaningful here because we are just testing this out. And in the location I will write Bangalore, India, and then in the date and time I will just click on this button right there, and then I will choose a random date. So this is fine. And then in the time I will choose let's just choose 9 and 9:30. So 9:30, and then in the second I'll just choose anything. So 9 and then 30. Alright. And then in the body I will write some dummy content here. So let me write some gibberish like so, and then I will scroll down and then I will click on save. So let me click on save, and then our new event has been published. Now you will see that there is a problem here. The ordering is really messed up. So in the last video we fixed the ordering for the form, but we did not fix the ordering for this content which will be presented to the user. So we are going to fix that ordering, and we are also going to hide these labels of the field. So we don't want to display this covered image, we want to keep this hidden. So we are going to fix all of that. So to fix all of that, let us go to structure and then just go to content types, and then here we are going to edit this offline event content type. So let me just click on manage field option here, and then we are going to go to manage display, and then here we are going to fix this. So before I fix this, let me just open the website in a new tab so that we can see what we have to fix here. So I'll just control and click on this back to site option. This will open up our new event test which we just created. And here on this page you will see that we have the title at the very top, then we have some link. So we have the author information and that link, and then we have the body, and then we have location, and then date and time, and then we have the covered image. So let us just fix all of this. So I want the title at the top, and then I want this link, and then I want this covered image, and then I want the location, and then date and time, and then at the very end I want the body. So let us go back to our website, and then here we have the title at the very top, and then we have the link, and then we have the body here. So I'm going to drag this body down to the very bottom, so like that, and then I am going to drag this covered image just below the link. So we have our link here, so this is the link, and we want our covered image just below this link. Alright, so let me make sure that this covered image is just below that link, and then I want the location. So location is fine. So then here we will have our location, and then I want the date and time, and we have our date and time right here. If you want date and time just above location, then you can do that as well, but I don't really want that. Alright, now the ordering has been fixed. So let us just scroll down and click on save button, and then this will save our settings. So I will just go to this new event test page, and then I will refresh this, and then you will see that the ordering has changed. But there is one problem that is still remaining. We don't want to display this label here. So I'm going to go back to my manage display tab, and then I'm going to fix that. So in the covered image you will see that we have this label option, and if you want to hide this label option, then just click on this drop down and then choose hidden here. Alright, and then you can just scroll down, and then you can click on save button, and then you can go back to this new event test, and then you can refresh this, and then you will see that the label has disappeared. Alright, so this is how you manage the display. This is how you change the order of the content that is being displayed to the user. So that's it for this video. If you guys have any question, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to the course. In the last 3 videos we learned what a content type is, and then we created our very own content type, and then we configured how this content type will be displayed to the user. Now this is the time for an assignment, and in this video I'm going to give you that assignment. I want you to go ahead and create your own custom content type. The name of this content type will be online event, and this online event content type will be used to store all the online event. It will be used to store and track the online events. And this online event content type will have the following field. The first will be title, which will be used to store the title. Then it will have a body field, which will be used to store the body content. And then it will have a date and time field, which will be used to store when this event is being conducted. And then it will have a link field to store the link, because this is an online event, so it will have a link where people can join this online event. So it will have a link field, and we have not discussed how to add a link field, so this will be a little challenge for you. Just go ahead and choose that link field from that drop down, and you will be fine. And then this online event field will have a covered image. So this is something that we have discussed, so there is nothing to discuss about this covered image right now. So just go ahead and create this custom content type. It is really important that you do all the assignment, otherwise you will never learn to create your own content type. So just create this content type and post that screenshot in the discussion section below. I will be checking out your assignment, so just go ahead and post that screenshot, post your solution in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi and welcome to the course. In this video lesson, I'm going to show you the solution for that assignment I gave you in the last video. So let us go ahead and create a new content type. I will go to structure, and because we have already talked about how to create a content type, I will be going very fast. So here I am going to click on add content type, and then the name of the content type will be online event, and I will not write anything description. And then in the submission form setting, optional is fine, and the name of that field will be title because we want our title field to be called title, so title is fine here. And then I will just go to the publishing option, and then here I will make sure that this create new division button is checked because I want Drupal to track all the update to any content of this type. So I will just make sure that this one is checked, and we have already talked about all of this, so I'm not going to go in great detail. And then in the display setting, I will make sure that this display author and date information is checked. And then in the menu setting, I will just uncheck all of this because I don't want any content which is just being created to be added to the main navigation. So I will remove this checkbox from the main navigation, and then I will also make sure that all of these are unchecked, and after that I will just click on save and manage field, and then our content type will be created. You can see here online event has been added. Now we have a default body field here, but we want to add some more fields, so let us just go ahead and do that. So I will just click on create a new field, and then here in the field type I will select link because this will be used to store the link. And in the label I am going to enter link. This link label is fine, and then the allowed number of values will be 1 because we only want one link per online event content. And then in the label the link is fine. I will not enter any help text, and then this field will be required, so let us make sure that this one is required. And then in the allowed link type I will select both internal and external because your link can be a YouTube video, so we don't want the internal link only, otherwise your YouTube video cannot be added as a link in this online event type. So we will make sure that it is both internal and external. And then in the allow link text I will just leave this as it is, and then I will not set any default value, and then I will click on save settings. So now we have added one more field. Now we need to add two more fields, so let us just click on this create a new field. So I will just click on that, and then in the field type I will choose date, and then in the label I will choose date and time. Alright, so date and time. And then in the machine name we will have to edit this because we already have a date and time field, so let's just click on save and continue. And then you will see that we have an error. The error is because we have already created a date and time field, so the machine name cannot be the same. So let me just enter the underscore here, and then I will enter online underscore event. You can enter anything here, but I want to keep this name readable. I want this machine field name to be readable. So I'm going to enter underscore online underscore event. Alright, after that I will click on save and continue. And then here in the date type we will select date and time because we want both date and time. And then in the allowed number of values we will choose limited, and the value will be 1. And then I will click on save field settings, and then here I will just scroll down and I will make this required. So just make this required and then click on save settings. Alright, so now we have added two field. Now we need to add only one field, so let us just click on create a new field, and the last one that is remaining is cover image. So I'm going to scroll down here, and then I'm going to click on this image, and then in the label I will enter cover image, and then again we will get this error. So let us just click on save and continue, and then we will get the error that machine readable name cannot be the same. We already have this covered image field and the machine readable name cannot be the same. So I will just enter an underscore, and then I will write online underscore event. So I will change the machine readable name, and then I will click on save and continue. Alright, and then the public files will be fine, and I don't want to enter any default image, and the allowed number of values is 1. So just click on save field settings, and then in the help text I will not enter anything. And then here I will make sure that this covered image is required, so I will just click on that, and then I will not enter any default image and then the allowed file extension is all right, and then in the maximum image resolution I will again enter 1440 by 1080. So this 1080 is the height and this is the width, and in the minimum I will enter 640 into 480, so 640 into 480. And then in the maximum upload size I will enter this time 2 MB, or you can enter 1 MB also, it doesn't really matter at this point. And then I will make sure that this alternate field is enabled, and then this alternate field is required. Alright, after that I will click on save settings, and now we have added all the field that we wanted to add to this content type. Now let us go ahead and manage the form display. In the manage form display, we are going to fix the ordering of the backend. So whenever someone clicks on add new content, so let me just click on this add content, and then here we have the online event content type. So we are going to fix the ordering of this form right now. So this is the form and we are going to fix the ordering of this one. So let us just go ahead and do that. So here I will just scroll down, and then I'm going to drag this covered image just above body, and then I'm going to drag this link just below the covered image, and then I'm going to drag this date and time below the link. So on the top we have the title, so we have the title here, and then we will have a covered image, and then we will have the link, and then we will have the date and time. So let me just make sure that it is the case. So we have the cover image, then we have the link, and then we have date and time, and then we have the body. Alright, after changing the order, let us just click on save, and then the order of this form will change. So let me go to this page and let me refresh this, and now you can see that on the top we have the title, and then we have the covered image, and then we have the link, and then we have the link text. If you want, you can remove this link text, it doesn't really matter at this point. And then we have the date and time, and then at the very last we have this body. Alright, so we have fixed the ordering of this form. Now let us go ahead and fix how this content will be displayed to the user. So to fix that, I will go back to my backend page, and then here I will click on manage display, and then here I want the title. So we have the title, and then we have this link, and then we want the covered image. So let me just drag this covered image just below the link. So we have the link, and then we have covered image, and then I want that link. So I want the link, and then I want the date and time, and then at the very end I want the body. So this is the ordering. On the top we will have the title, and then we will have the authored link, and then we will have the covered image, and then we will have that link where user can just join the event, and then we will have the date and time, and then we will have the body. Now this might be confusing to you because there are two links here. Just know that this link was added by default. This is the link of the author, and then this is the link which we have added. Alright, now I will also make sure that the label for covered image is hidden, so I will just make sure that, and now the label for the covered image is hidden. And if you want, you can hide the label for this link, and you can hide the label for date and time as well, but I don't really want to do that. So let me just click on save, and then all the changes has been saved. Alright, so that's it for this solution video. If you guys have any question, if you guys have any doubt, do let me know in the discussion section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.